Going live. Good morning. We are live. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you. You guys get here so early in the morning. I always wonder. I see you sitting there in the chat, and I always wonder, oh my God, can they see me getting ready, prepping to turn the camera on? And I know you can't, but I always think that you can. How are you lot this morning? Oh, let me turn this off. Look at that. Oh, you can't. No, that's a good thing too, because I'm sitting here, I'm brushing my hair, or, putting my nails on. The sentencing got moved again. Ay ay. Why would they move the sentencing? I don't understand. That's so bizarre. You'd think they would just like do it, get it over with. Maybe they don't have room. You would think that they would have made a decision by now. That's craziness. Yeah, all right. Well, excuse me, guys. I don't know if I told you. I finally went and got your lawyer did this time. Really? How? Why? Because he was unable to attend or something. Do these lawyers? We pay lawyers. Lawyers get paid so much freaking money, and but they don't care about our time. Right? They're busy on Friday. Jesus. Yeah, he's not the one. The lawyer's not the one sitting there wondering, what the hell is this? How is this going to change my life? How is this going to screw over my life? No, the lawyer's just worried about, their buddy Joe's getting married and they have to go to Schenectady for the weekend, something crazy like that for sure. or worse, they ended up getting called into some real bigwig crime and they had to actually attend that court date instead. You never know, eh? It's absolutely, I'm telling you, you guys have a statute of limitations. How was it, grandson day? Well, it was a total washout, total bomb, and I ended up spending the entire day in bed I was so sick. I couldn't even get to see my grandson, but we FaceTimed instead. And maybe next year I'll take him for the whole spring break because he'll be old enough to sleep over at grandma's for that period of time. We hope, because he'll be oh my gosh, he's getting so big. He's gonna be seven on his 6 or 7 on his next birthday. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what year it is anymore, you guys. Oh wow. I have shadows over here. I have to rig that. Oh well, too bad you have to suffer with the shadows. How have you guys been doing? War broke out. Did you notice? Holy crap. It's amazing how the world can change in 7 short days, huh? Quite surprising. And the United States turns out to be the aggressor. How bizarre. I did not have that on my bingo card. I just did not. But there you go. He's the same age as your little guy. Yeah, I think they're about the same age, yeah? We had that conversation before, once upon a time. All right. So what are we doing today? I have 3 hours to kill, and there are very few of you sitting here looking to get a reading. So hopefully more people are going to come in this morning. So we'll see how that goes. And neither one of the two of you want to come online this morning. Is that right? So we're going to start with Ninja Mama. Early bird catches the worm. We'll break into that. Your crazy emotions, Renee, what you thought? Happy, sad, angry, and then happy. I think I went through something like that yesterday, right? There's when stuff that's, because this is pretty scary. I mean, if you think about it, right off the top, that's pretty scary. There's something going on, and the whole world, and but Jazz, this isn't the first time that this has happened, and in your lifetime, darling, because you're so young, it's probably not the last time that it's going to be happening. Hopefully it'll be one of the last times that I have to think about it, but somehow I don't think that's going to happen. Often before it was somebody else was the aggressor, somebody else. But in the last few conflicts, if you will, it isn't somebody else. It is it's the United States, and Iraq was kind of scary. Yeah, very much the Cheeto. I spell it CHITO because it goes with the Hispanic slur. But then I'm not a very nice person sometimes. So take me out and have me shot. They probably will. Wouldn't be the first time in history or prehistory that this spirit took a bullet in the back of the head. You know what I'm saying? I have a very good habit of speaking my mind. Good morning, Amanda. How are you? Welcome. Oh, Christina, just see you there as well. All right, let's get you guys. I'm going to start reading, and we'll kick this thing off right away. Get Christina. Amanda, you want to get on my list as well? Did I miss anybody else come in while I wasn't looking? I don't think so, huh? My little witchy one, happy birthday. Oh, I've stopped doing birthdays. I don't do birthdays anymore. As a matter of fact, my 60th birthday is my absolute last birthday ever. This is indicative of my birthday present to myself. I'm going to cry if I think about it. Yeah, I don't do birthdays anymore. And it has nothing to do with how old I am. It has to do with other human beings. All right. So we're going to read for Ninja Mama because you didn't come in here to listen to me go on about how I feel about birthdays. But I hope you have the best birthday today, little witchy one. All right. So Ninja Mama, who is still sitting on the hot spot, waiting to hear how the hammer is going to fall. There's a Queen song that is appropriate to this situation. This is a Queen song appropriate to every situation, I think. All right, let's see what we can do for Ninja Mama this morning. It's okay, she says. All righty. Yeah. It's always waiting. All right, let's see what we can tell you this morning. Right out of the, oh, look at this. This is interesting. So this has nothing to do with the court date because this is a Knight of Swords. This is right out of the gate. Aside from the hearing, Ninja Mama, what are you guys waiting to hear about? This is you moving. Look at this. Look at Did you hear? You're waiting on a house, girlfriend. It is coming. You better start packing. If you haven't started packing yet, I would start packing right away because this is you sign papers when this happens. There is going to be a paper signature happening here. Everything you wished for, peace, comfort, and then you moving forward into, whoa, this is cool. I got you packing and moving, honey. And these are not bad cards. These are really, really nice cards. This Knight of Swords says this is going to happen faster than you think. Yeah, you haven't heard back yet. Oh, wow. You're going to hear back relatively soon, it looks like, because this Knight of Swords, the speed with which this knight comes crashing into your life is amazing. And he carries good news, right? And then there's Two of Coins. So there's a decision to be made. So what I'm instantly put into thinking here is that there's a possibility that something different from what you were anticipating comes up, and then you have a different decision to make, but it ends up being, look at you, all that in a bag of chips. This is the magician. The magician is the one who holds all the cards. So you're the one in control here. You're the one with all of the power. So I don't know what might happen, but this is you packing up all the babes and moving off to the new house. Look at that. That's you moving. But this decision, so you got a 2 and a 1. There's something not in play that's going to come into play that you have to make a decision about. And you really, really gotta stop thinking that hubby's about to be out of the picture. You just want to be in the area. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. And I've got ice melting, so it's like so fast. This is like spring in this card. This is crazy spring. And I've got you doing the markets too. How soon you got the markets starting up? It doesn't look like school. It looks more like market and the moving house, but it looks like the market. Is there a possibility that there's a different market or a bigger market that you would do this year? What's going on with the markets? Have you talked? What are you doing with markets? Are you doing markets this year? And that's the kicker, right? So you find out what your answer is to the markets. The 2 knights here screams of a second decision. I'm trying to find out, see what I've got in between here. I've got a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 1. You buffered and kicked off the internet. Well, see, the internet's got a good reason for weirding out, because somebody hit a major AWS hub data center in the Middle East last week, I think on the 1st or on the 3rd. And they are still bouncing around trying to resolve the missing redundancies. So everything's a lot slower if you're buffering and you get bounced out because of that. Well, there you go. The internet's a wonky thing. It's we used to all have to have our own servers. We used to all have, you got 4 bedrooms in the house. We used to all have our own servers that would carry, you'd have our own computer that carried the website, and then that was what got broadcast. But now they have like mega servers, and we pay for cloud sourcing. But don't kid yourself, it's not on a cloud. It's in somebody's server somewhere on the planet. And that major data center went kablooey. What kind of house? What kind of house? Can I get anything about the house here? I'm getting, it's the magician screams of it being everything that you want. There's a interesting visual on this magician card that I'm looking at. You guys are in the same area. Oh, you'll have two in the same area. I don't know if you can even see this, but there's a dagger here, and it's stuck right into the magician's hand. And I've never noticed that before. How long have I been using this deck? I'm going to have to call James and go, James, what made you poke the dagger into the guy's hand? And the dagger that's been, the hand that the dagger's been poked into is holding what looks like a little change purse that's hanging off the front of the little cabinet. But this screams of the market, and this has the little market stand here in the back, and I don't see that going away. So what's going on with the markets? Good morning, Treva. How you doing, sweetheart? You gonna be around for a little while this morning? I'll get you on my list. And then this is knowledge. This is signing papers. So as soon as you know, this is going to be easy. But how soon? How soon? This is the question. I got snow melting in the deuce. I've got, well, this guy's in a desert, and this one looks very much like it's summer in the image. It's summer in this image, and it's heating up in this image. So I'm going to go, yeah, hopefully April. I'm thinking maybe May. But end of spring, definitely. Yeah, definitely spring. You'll notice here, a little bit of snow still left on the ground, but it's all green in the background, and the grass is coming up. So it's definitely spring. So yeah, maybe April, possibly May, but definitely, I don't think you'll be waiting so long as June, honey, because June in my mind is summer. But yeah, this is, I have been practicing doing timings, and I don't know if I'm any good at them yet, but the cards themselves have information in them that give you a better idea of when this is going to happen. I've got you guys feeling like hubby is on the rocks. He is frozen in time, frozen in space, because he doesn't know which way to move forward. And part of that, part of what is going on that is creating issues for you guys that you really, really got to look at is his feeling of stagnation and your, I don't know how this feels on your end, but he's in stagnation because he's in that block of ice, waiting. And you are in a place of, I'm ready to go forward. I'm ready to go. And his situation is irrelevant to your desire to move forward. Are you feeling this energy? What am I reading around here at Ninja Mama? What is there friction there, or is this just something that is being unsaid that needs to be addressed? Because it's there. It's very much there. He's just as scared as you are, and you know that, but there's a feeling either you have him unable to move forward because of his situation, or he is unable to move forward because of his situation. And the two of you are doing this separation energy. Are you writing me a novel? How's that working on your end over there? This is all good news, though. Yeah, it's him, eh? Well, tell him I appreciate the situation that he's in. Not knowing what is going to happen is the most difficult thing in the world, is the most difficult position to be in, because it doesn't matter what you want to do, you can't move forward. You can't get up, you can't do anything, you can't start anything because you don't know if you're going to be able to finish it. He was all messed up, worried. Have him, is he around this morning, Ninja Mama? Have him come in this morning and we'll do a read for him later in the morning. But he's got to stop worrying. Is like praying for the shit that you don't want. How many years have I been saying that to you guys now, right? So and they he was believed. He's working. Okay. Well, tell you what, find what we'll do. You keep telling him. Well, you tell him he can watch this in the after effect, but set up an appointment with me on the weekend and I'll read his cards for him. All right. The beauty of not knowing, tell him this, because this is key. The beauty of not knowing how something is going to come out gives you control, because nothing changes until that knowledge moment happens. And the beauty of this Ace of Swords, right? So I said this is about signing papers, right? It's also about knowledge. So you're waiting to find out how this is going to go for him and what is going to happen with this. And the eagle flying off with the ribbon in its mouth here in the image screams of the knowledge setting you free, right? Once he knows, then everything changes, right? So he's got to feel his way through it, right? We just miss him. Yeah. Well, wait a minute. You miss him. Where is he? He's at work. You keep telling him that. Yeah, well, telling him, you telling him that, and him telling them that are two different animals, right? He's gotta find his warmth, his center, and live in it until this happens. All right, I'll wait for you to explain later. No worries. Everything that I'm getting the Magician here as the central result card says to me that everything is going to come out exactly the way that you believe that it's going to come out, which means that it's going to come out in your favor. And it can only come out in your favor as it happens. Look, there's another thing jumping out here. Look at the sun just breaking out of the clouds here. You see the sun streaming. The sun's going to come. This is give you a little Orphan Annie singing in my ear. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. And I shouldn't be singing because I can harmonize, but don't carry a tune all by myself so very well. What else can I pull out of these cards for you? This is going to happen really fast though, dude. The Knight of Swords tells me that this is all going to happen very, very quickly. So I would, if you haven't started putting all your ducks in order and getting ready for the move, I would prepare for it. He's so negative. Well, he's scared. Look, he's frozen solid. He's living in a little ice cube. This is him. He's locked up in a little box of his own making, petrified of what is going to come. And I appreciate, I understand exactly. I feel exactly how he feels with a sword of Damocles hanging over his head, not knowing when or if it's going to fall. This is, it's a very hard place to be, because you want to start something new and you can't, because you don't know what's going to happen. Devil's in the details. Devil's in the details. So, he's got to, ultimately the worst case scenario, I still don't see him getting locked up, by the way. I do see potential home. Everybody wrote character. Yeah, but judges tend to be judges. So, they're going to be their thing. He needs to be prepared. So he needs to be prepared for whatever happens. Chances are he's not going to be locked up because, first offense. And frankly, they don't have a bed for him anyway. They want to save that for the worst criminals, not for him. And so the worst case scenario for me, the more letters for them, the better. I wish I were in a position to write a letter for him, because I'll tell them how great he looks in my tarot cards. But I don't know if there's many judges that would take tarot cards as a character reference. Have you ever met the man? No, I haven't. I mean, I've read tarot cards for him, and he looks like a brilliant, wonderful, blessed human being. But then the judge would ask me a question, and I'd have to say, yeah, well, unfortunately, Donald Trump looks like the Queen of Cups in my cards too. So, this is really, it's a sticky situation to be in, which is why he shows up, locked solid in a block of ice. But he's the only one that can melt the ice, unfortunately. And he's got to know that whatever happens, that ice needs to go. He has to live his life in spite of his circumstances, and living in anticipation of the worst thing happening is what is freezing him up, right? And that could happen. It might happen. I don't see it happening. That doesn't mean that it won't, right? As we know, these are a snapshot of the moment. And unless I take a moment when the judge actually has given a decision, he could change his mind. Anything could happen between then and now, right? Here's the beauty of it. Tell him this information. So the incident occurred so long ago. The judges, everybody has been keeping an eye on him all of this time. His nose has been clean. He's been a good guy. He's going to work. He's doing his thing. He's being the upstanding citizen everybody wants him to be. Right? So there's nothing new for the judge to add into, right? This is, I think this is part of why they take the time to go through such things, to go, well, give him enough time to hang himself. Do you know what I mean? And he hasn't hung himself. He's been a good boy. He has done, he's behaved exactly who he is. He's got to trust in who he is and where he is and when he is. And that is going to carry way more power and way more weight for him. Does that make sense for you? I just dropped a card. What card did I drop? Oh, I hope it's a good card. It's a water card. It's an emotional card. Bear with me. I'm going under the table, guys. Oh, honey, it's a good card. It's a really good card. Oh, it's the prodigal son card. It is the Knight of Cups. Look it. This is good. This is him bringing all the emotions home. All right. And he's bringing flowers for you. This is a great card to jump out while I'm talking about what your hubby should be thinking about. But he's got to really find himself in this. And regardless of what the system throws at him, does he play a guitar? Does he play guitar, Ninja Mama? Or an instrument if it's not a guitar? What's with the guitar? Why is the guitar jumping out here? See, it's like a troubadour. It's a musician. See, he's got a guitar hanging here. His dad plays the guitar. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe he should spend some more time with his dad. What does his dad think of this whole situation? There you go. What does his dad think of this whole situation? What does his dad keep telling him? Because that there's something there. Where's dad in this equation that this guitar says? Here, maybe go have a chat with dad, or maybe stop talking to dad. Which way's the energy going here? It doesn't seem like a negative cast on the guitar. Dad's the one helping. Well, dad is fantastic because dad is like, dad is the rhythm in this. He's got to really tell him to go feed on dad's rhythm, because whatever dad is saying here, the support that dad is bringing, he's got to pick up on it. He's got to use that. Have dad play him his favorite song on the guitar. He's even fixing your car. You got a dad like my dad's like that. He helps everybody out. He's fantastic. That's great. And see, hubby's doing everything in his power. He's supporting you. He's helping you make sure that you get your courses done. He's stepped up, surprisingly so, with helping with the kids while you've been in school. Yeah. And that's just how he is. I love that. But he's scared, right? And so sometimes when it's just you and him all by yourselves, I want you to sit down and I want you to let him, and if he can be that, let him release his vulnerability and really release the emotion that's been pent up that he's carrying, because this is eating at him and keeping him frozen, and he has to melt the ice. Does this make sense to you? It's all over soon, babe. It is all over soon. I can't believe these cards for him. And look at that. And it's followed by an Ace of Cups. So as soon as that decision's made, you guys are back on track. I love these cards for him. But have him set an appointment with me on the weekend, and I'll do a quick reading, just maybe a 15 minutes. So it'll be plenty for him, just to give him a shove off this little personal cliff, you know. But seriously, he's got to stop beating himself up inside. He's got to stop giving himself the paralysis of picking the whole situation apart and the what ifs and the or the woulda, shoulda, couldas, whatever it is that's eating him up. He's got to stop eating himself up, because he's the good guy in this situation. And I honestly believe that the judge is going to see that. Yes, he did something that we don't want people doing. Yes, he did something that we want consequences for in life, in order to, not make special dispensations for people just because they happen to be good guys otherwise, right? So the worst case I could see is, this is the energy of writing lines in high school. This is, I will not talk in class. I will not talk. He's like, I'm expecting, I can definitely do that, Jazz. I'm expecting something along the worst case scenario that I am expecting. I'm going to be shocked if it's even that much, is that they put, right? Yeah, the worst thing you need is him away from his kids. Unfortunately, you have no choice in the matter. So thinking about that just adds weight to the idea that could or might happen, right? So like I said, the worst thing, whoops, sorry. Didn't mean to show that. I meant to show this. There you go. There. Worst case scenario, like I said, I'm seeing a bracelet, but chances are I see him doing community service, maybe 200 hours of picking up garbage, or, I don't know what, I don't know who, but they will. This is all going to happen. Once it happens, it's going to happen so fast. It's going to spin your heads, really. And it's going to change things. And you guys, with followed the Knight of Swords coming up first, then the Knight of Wands, tells me that once you know, then he'll know where he's going to be able to go with that. But melt the ice, because you are not this situation, dude. You are bigger, dude. You come up as a Knight of Cups in my cards. So unless you're a drinking drunken fool, which we know that you are not, don't put the drinking drunken fool ideas in your head to allow them to control you. Do you get it? All right. Anyway, hook up with me and we'll do a quick reading directly for him on the weekend when he's not working. And we'll see how that goes. All righty. We're going to bring Jazz in this morning. All righty. There we go.
Hello. Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. What happened with the beauty contest?
So as I did more research, I found out that beauty contest wasn't right for me because it would stifle my confidence. So I didn't end up going, and I ended up, as I was researching, it wants me to pay for the hotel. I didn't know it wanted me to pay for all the other things.
Yeah, there's some of the hazards of stuff like that.
Yeah, so I just, not for me, because I'm like, if it's gonna stifle my confidence and I fall on stage, I'm like, I'm not gonna get the top crown. And it's like it was going to be my first time ever being in that. And I'm like, I'm already too nervous.
So there you
go.
Well, yeah. Fine. Well, even so, but do you notice the power that you have in that it was your decision and your logic and your choice to not go in? And it took the power back that the others had tried to take from you by going, oh no, this is not for you, Jazz. Do you see?
Yes. I took my own power back and said, it's my time.
Yeah. Yeah. And your decision to make, and you made the decision all by yourself. I love that. What did your mom say about it?
My mom agreed. She's like, Jazz, you never been in a beauty pageant, and your first time, even my dad kept telling me, don't be in the beauty pageant. You don't know how to do all that beauty stuff. And what if you do bad? And I said, let me prove to you that I cannot do bad. But then I'm like, I have to listen to their logics because they know the best. They don't want me to get scammed out of money.
True. Do you know what I would be doing though if I were you after that?
What
would be they have like modeling courses that you could take.
Mm-hmm.
I would look into that, because that sounds like something that attracts you.
Yes, it does. I remember when I was younger, I tried to get into this modeling agency. They were so rude. They said they had no spots left, and I'm like, but you guys said you had a casting open, and they're like, oh, we don't allow you in. And I'm like, that's kind of dumb if you're posting about it on the internet saying that. And then I tried to look their company up. There wasn't like no, they had no company whatsoever. And I'm like, so who's taking pictures of you guys? It's just you guys doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'd want to do something with a well-known modeling agency if you're going to do it. But take the classes. They can't hurt you. One of the best things I did, I wasn't even as old as you are. I was about 10 years younger than you are right now. And I was doing photography, modeling, and stage stuff. I'm not tall enough to do mannequin stuff, like top model sort of thing. But short people do that sort of thing for photography and for on stage. Height isn't so important, but you still have to learn how to walk and talk. And I took a method acting class, and method acting is what Marilyn Monroe used to do. And who else does? You watch the Lord of the Rings movies?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I know, like Jon Snow.
Yes. Okay. So actually, I think he does too. But Strider is a perfect example of a method actor. And what method acting is about is that you completely become the role that you're playing. And you learn how to feel the emotions that you're trying to express, which was really useful for me as an autistic person. And what I learned was a lot of personal power and a lot of personal control that I didn't have prior to that. So it gave me poise and the ability to stand in the middle of a room with people staring at me without wanting to crawl underneath a carpet.
It gave you the confidence and grace to be in that role and be like, I can do it.
Yep, exactly. So, you know, maybe something along those lines attracts you. Maybe a course at the university in that sort of industry might be something that's calling to you. But obviously something is calling you to that. So I personally would explore it. Hmm?
Yes, I'll explore it.
Let's see what the cards have to say. Oh, look at this. Look at this. The first card out of the gate is the Eight of Swords. So short of what we are just talking about here just 2 seconds ago, Jazz, what have you got that you should be doing or want to be doing or could be doing that you don't think you're good enough or strong enough or fast enough or whatever to do, but you really want to do it?
So I'm about to start taking pre-med classes, and I got into this argument with my brother because he's like, you can't just study to become a doctor. You have to actually go to the university. And I'm like, but if I study the books, then I can better myself if I go to university, so I know what they're talking about instead of me just going into class and be like, what the hell are they talking about? I don't understand all these medical terms.
Right. And what did your dad say about it?
They both say, save your money, don't study. But then I told my mom's like, she's all for it. She's like, just go do it, study the books, and prove to me that you actually are interested in this.
Yeah, I agree with your mom, because spending $100 on a textbook so that you can learn the vocabulary to see if you like the idea of doing something that might be really cool for you that's hugely powerful. The second card I got for you is the Moon, which is interesting because the Moon it's a card about, you know who you are, you know where you are, more so than a lot of the neurodivergents that are your age. And being afraid of what you don't see is what is capable of crippling you. And interestingly, and I don't know why this connects directly to your dad, but your dad is in a situation of saying, you know, I don't care what you do. I love you anyway. So if you do this, you do this. And if you don't do this, that's okay too. So you got to feed off that energy that dad is pouring into this.
Okay.
Do you get it? Like,
Yes.
nobody is going to love you less. Maybe your brother, but brothers are idiots. I have one myself.
Yeah, brothers always tend to make fun of their younger sisters,
especially if they're younger sisters. But this Eight of Swords is like, you want the knowledge, you want the understanding. Don't let somebody else stop you from going and getting it. And here's the interesting part is that once you do this, I get this Ace of Wands coming up. And anytime I see the Ace of Wands, the words, what a great idea, screams at me out of this card. Right? So what is the good idea? Well, the good idea is you go do this, you look at it, and like your mom said, you might discover that you're really, really good at it and you really, really like it. And you might turn around and discover that you're really, really bad at it, but you might learn something that puts you down a different pathway. Do you get that?
Yes.
Because look at the next card in the deck is the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is interesting because I just did a deep dive with this card just this last week. So I'm really glad that it came up for you. And we were talking with this, get too much into tarot. I don't think there's a lot of people watching that will find this particularly interesting. There are several different types of tarot. And the Crowley Thoth Tarot and the Golden Dawn Tarot are missing certain particular images that are on the Rider-Waite cards. And I just learned on the weekend that the reason that those sigils, those images are missing from the Golden Dawn style cards is because when they are not visible, is because there's no motion in the card. This is a standstill card. This is the card where you are, picture yourself standing in front of a roulette wheel. You know what how to, you know how a roulette wheel works? Round and round she goes.
Yes.
Where she okay. And you're gonna win. No matter where that ball falls, you're gonna win. That's the energy of the roulette card, right? The thing is you have no control over where the ball is gonna fall. You have no control over whether or not you're actually going to win or you're going to lose, but you're playing a game, so you're having fun anyway. So that's a win in and of itself. But it's the lack of motion here that's important. And until you have figured out which way you want the wheel to spin, it's still just a game. There's no movement, there's no change, there's no going forward until that wheel stops spinning. You get it?
Is it kind of like the card in the tarot deck where it's the hangman, where the hangman's in reverse, meaning I'm at a standstill, but like not showing my emotions and just like letting my emotions kind of take over?
Yeah. Had you been getting Hanged Man with other people reading for you recently?
No, I just I'm a tarot reader myself, so I know what
Perfect.
those decks are, so I know what that card is in the deck.
Okay. So the Hanged Man is, a lot of people see it as a negative card. I don't believe in negativity in any cards. Negativity for me is a choice because I practice law of attraction and Course in Miracles and all that. So if it's negative, it's because we've chosen to see it that way. In this particular case, the shift between the Hanged Man and the Wheel of Fortune, the similarities, because they're very, very close numerologically, the difference is that the Hanged Man is in he's in motion in the sense that he needs to get down off of the stump that he's hanging on and do something, right? I often say when I get the Hangman card, I often say to people, shit or get off the pot, because you know what you got to do and you're just not doing it. You don't have to do it. You're perfectly comfortable in the space that you're in. So you could hang there for as long as you feel like hanging there. But as long as you hang there, nothing moves, nothing changes. So in a sense, you're blocking movement from happening. In this particular case with the wheel, the movement, the decision has been made that you're going to take the chance. So you've gotten down from the tree. You're not hanging in space, suspended in space anymore. Now you're just going to see what's going to happen. And the beauty of it is that it is the exact same numerical energy as the magician. So in that sense, you have all the power here. And however the ball comes down, that is how you are going to end up. That's when the movement happens. You get it?
Yes.
And so you are in a really good position. Don't listen to your brother, because you could get halfway through. You could go spend $100 or $150. Oh, by the way, before you go buy a brand new textbook, I'll teach you what I learned when I was in university. Go to the university library and see what they have in secondhand books, and go do that. You'll save easily 50% on the price of the textbooks.
Okay.
Okay. And if you can get an old one that's out of date that they still have, you'll get even cheaper. You'll get the same vocabulary. You just won't have the up to the minute stuff in the textbook. And you can get those like 10 cents on the dollar. Yay. Good. I just got good news. That's lovely. And then spin the wheel, right? Read the book,
Yes.
then spin the wheel, right? And your dad would say the same thing. Like, don't make a decision until after you have figured out whether or not you actually like this, right? God forbid you should go spend $6,000 on a first semester of med school or pre-med, because you got to do pre-med first to discover
That's
that.
why I told my brother I wanted to do pre-med, and he's like, it takes more than 8 years. And I'm like, is another 8 years 16 then more?
Right? Dude, I'm 60. I could have been a doctor 3 times over by now.
True.
Right? So it's time is not your enemy. You are your enemy. There's no time issue here. There's just you stopping you from finding out whether or not what you don't know is what you really, really want. And until you put the time, effort, and energy into the finding out, you have no way of knowing. The fun part is that the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Wands came out at the end, which screams at me, go do this. Because I don't know if you're about to become a doctor, girlfriend, but you're about to learn something really, really important to your existence. So do this and don't let anybody. And I think you learned that from the pageant idea, right? When
Yes.
you are self-empowered and you are deciding for you, right? Even if you
Yes.
end up deciding exactly what everybody else wanted you to do, it's your decision. It's not theirs. And it's way more powerful. You find?
Step in my alignment and be like, I'm in alignment.
Yeah. Yeah. And what they think of you is none of your business.
They're just little toddlers in their head because they don't know yet.
You got it. Exactly. And it's followed by a Fool card, which is followed by the Seven of Swords, which says, don't worry about the fools. This isn't about them. They don't want to be a doctor. They shouldn't go be a doctor. This is about you. And if you focus on the negativity, then you're going to constantly, you'll be watching your own life from the sidelines. Get it?
Yes.
Rather than living your life. And this is about
Be
you.
like a spectator by the sidelines instead of being my actual person saying, I can do this. I could succeed.
Oh, you can. And dude, you are asking for work. This is hard work and practice and doing things over and over again. You know what? It might take the average human being like 8 years to whip through med school. Maybe it'll take you 10. Maybe it'll take you 12. But you're still what, 24?
Yes.
You can be a doctor with your own practice before you're 40 at this point, if you start today.
I love that.
See that? Totally makes sense to me. What if you want chocolate brownies, don't make vanilla brownies. You know what I'm saying? This is your life to create and put together, right? And the people that you surround yourself with need to be your supporters and your ally. Okay, your family is a different animal because you don't get to choose them, but the people that you surround yourself need to be people that are going to support you regardless of whether they think you might fail because you think that you won't. You get that?
I need the right people to support me and guide me, not be all like the negative shitheads and be like, oh, you can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
There's not boundaries, but there's
they're boundaries.
Like
definitely call them boundaries.
Yeah.
And they're your boundaries, right? Like this is like somebody saying to you, no, Jazz, you can't do this. You're not smart enough. You don't have a dexterity. You don't have whatever. Dude, I just watched I'm a huge fan of curling. I've been watching curling since I was a little girl. I love watching the game. It's great fun to watch. And our Canadian teams have always been like the best in the world. So it's easy to watch on the international stage because we almost always win. But I've never watched the Paralympics curling before until I watched my first game with my husband a couple of days ago. And it's a completely different game. But if anybody had said to this guy, John Thurston, who is now famous for one of the most incredible curling throws I have ever seen in my lifetime, if somebody had said to him, no, you can't curl because you live your life in a wheelchair, he would have missed out on this rock throw, which, like I said, I'm 60. I've been watching curling a long time. I have never seen a throw like this. And he didn't even have sweepers to help redirect the curl. The rock went exactly where he wanted it. And it was, if you haven't seen this, you guys look up this curling. Guy's name's Thurston, and he curls for the Canadian Paralympic team. But oh my God, what one is capable of doing with themselves when nobody else is allowed to get in their way, this throw screams of that energy. Does that make sense?
Yes.
See if you can find the throw, so you'll see what I mean. But it was quite impressive. But yeah, I would definitely. What's the nearest university to you?
That would be Denver Community College. Our
Do they have med school?
let's see, the med school would be.
You'd want a med school.
Okay. I'll look that up to see which one's
so
the closest.
that's what you want to find. You want to find the nearest med school, and it doesn't have to be a good med school. It just has to be a med school, so they'll have a library where you can buy the secondhand books. And if you can't find buying the secondhand books, you can look on eBay, or you can check your local library. They might have them in the library.
I will check the local library to see.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I am so glad. I love watching you come into your power. Who did I miss come in? Debbie, you found me. Good morning. Let's get Debbie on the list here. We're starting to get a list going this morning. Ashraf, hello. What is anybody don't know about dreams? I read tarot cards, Ashraf. I can read about your dream, but dream interpretation is a different task. All right, Jazz, we're going to let you go. I got Christina.
Have a nice evening.
Great week. Let me know when you get the textbook.
I will, and I hope you get to see your grandson soon, and I hope you get better.
Well, it's getting better by the moment, so we'll see how it goes. Thank you. All right, who we got on board? Christina, Craig, are you still waiting up, honey? Are you going to come on board? Hello, Palavitawari. Christina, are you still here? If not, I'm going to bring in Amanda. I'm going to give her a few seconds in case they're on a delay. Guys, check your YouTube and make sure that you're actually showing live and you're not watching a delayed render of the podcast. And it looks like Christina has left us. She'll possibly come back in a little while. You're watching Girl Child in your dreams. Ooh, good question. Well, stick around, Palavitawari, and we'll see if we can read it for you. Amanda is waiting on board. We're going to bring her on. Good morning, beautiful.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Doing well yourself?
Excellent. All right, better by the second.
That's amazing.
Well, it's amazing what a battery of antibiotics will do to your brain when you clear a sinus infection that's been hanging around for 2 months. So yeah, I feel great. Although yesterday I felt like crap, but you know.
Yeah, I've been it's been gorgeous here, like in the 70s, like, and we haven't had that in like forever. So I've had the door open like all day. So this morning I woke up with like some itchiness in my throat. I'm like, uh-oh, the allergies.
Oh,
flow through.
Snow mold. Oh, I didn't even think of it. Maybe that's why I felt so badly yesterday, because I had been outside the day before and snow mold is everywhere.
I went and sat with my favorite tree and talked to it, and I could feel the energy just tingling through my hands as I held it. It was like so cool. It was like excited to see me because it's been a while since I've walked to go see it because of all the snow that's been on the ground and everything.
Oh, well, that's what I like about spring. Everybody just kind of, we sort of, it's, I think winter, because we're so far north too. I think that winter has, I don't think this, I know this, the less sunshine that we have, the more it pulls down on us. Like we are meant to be outside and in that sunlight. And if we don't get that sunlight, well, look at you sitting in the sunshine, right? My sunshine, in spite of, there is sunshine, there's a big window over here with sunshine coming in through it. But this is artificial light that I am lit up by, but same idea. Oh, I love it. I love it. Spring is my favorite season because it's the promise of summer, and I can't wait. So it was so nice.
My favorite.
Well, I came home last night from work and I felt like crap, and I thought, okay, well, I'm just gonna sit in a chair and have a little personal pity party kind of thing with myself. until Greg came home. And then Greg came home and he said, we're watching the news. And he said, and he's recognized that I'm not feeling 100%. I really wasn't feeling good at all yesterday. And he said, oh, I wish we had, because we have two big comfy armchairs that we sit next to each other in when we're watching TV and stuff. And he said, oh, I wish we had, we used to have a sofa, like a love seat kind of thing that we would sit together on. And we don't have it anymore because, furniture tends to break down in an hour. Yeah. My grandmother's stuff will last 10,000 years, but our stuff, forget it. It's like junk that you spend the same amount of money for. Anyway, he says, I wish we had that old sofa and you could come over here and cuddle up next to me. And I said, well, we could cuddle. We've cuddled in that big chair before. And it's a tight cuddle, but anyway, it made me feel better. So it was quite effective. Yeah.
Yeah. Human contact is so important. And, I haven't had that much in a while, but this Saturday I saw a friend of mine I haven't seen and she's like, rub my back. So I'm like, okay. So she lay down on the couch next to me. And then her dog I had my legs up because I was on like one of the extended chairs and her back was to me. So I'm rubbing her dog's back and I'm rubbing her back. It was funny, but it was nice. They both loved me.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about it. Everybody in the whole world needs to have one good hug every day. Yeah. So
heart to heart, the heart to heart connection.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. I mean, I find that you can do heart to heart over the internet. But you've got to be talking to somebody who knows how to feel themselves, because it doesn't, if they're not feelers, they don't feel back, which is kind of cold, but that's what it is. And all right, let's see what kind of cards got for you. Four of Swords. Look at you. Top of the something's about, what are you waiting to have break? Do you have a loan that you're waiting to hear about?
I feel like I feel money coming my way. I don't know what it is or how it's going to come, but I feel like it's like right on the cusp of landing on my doorstep.
Yeah. Well, this is, and it's you create it, right? The first card with the Four of Swords here, you are, it's an agglomeration of energy, right? You're collecting the knowledge. There's a point at which you already know enough. Now get out there and do it. This is where you are, and this is what's holding you back. Do you feel that?
Yep.
You're letting yourself say, well, I'm not quite ready. I'm not quite. You are so ready.
I know.
It's like, go conquer the world. Okay.
Yeah.
This is what it is. And then the money's just going to follow.
Yeah.
Right. So this is my God, nine of Hermit card all over it. And it's followed, look at this, followed by the Nine of Swords. See, I knew that 9 was coming out of there, right?
Yeah.
This is you, darling. This is you being afraid of what if it goes wrong? What if I'm not as good? What if I go live like this and nobody shows up? Well, then you fill 3 hours with gibberish. That's what you do. And that's the job. Okay. But the more you allow yourself to be afraid of it, the less you're doing it. So this is you sitting here with all the knowledge, and they're going to come to you. The minions will come. Do you get it?
Oh, yeah.
You have no choice. They're gonna come.
Yeah.
And but the difficulty is that if you sit and just wait for the minions to come, the ones that come are not necessarily the ones that you want and or need to come, which is why you've got to put it yourself out there. So I saw an ad of yours on TikTok yesterday. Are you spreading these out into your other socials?
What ad?
It was
I don't know TikTok.
What's that?
I don't know TikTok that well, and I don't know how to use it properly.
Oh, well, it was, what was it then? Where was it? Was it
I made a post about the trees yesterday. And then I post quotes and stuff, and I channel like messages underneath.
Yeah, it was one of your message posts.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so the more people that know what you do, the more people that are going to come, the better. When you target where those ads are going, you have a better control over the people that are going to come.
Okay.
All right, so you've got to put more of that out there, right?
Okay.
But everything else based on this, everything else you're doing is I could see, whoa, I got fallen leaves in the Four of Swords here jumping out. I could see you actually being comfortable, happy, solid, going, oh man, this is really working by fall.
Yep.
Right. But you got to put the work in. You got to go, you got to do it. You got to commit to it. You've got to set a schedule. You've got to, do you have a website yet?
No.
Talk to me. I'll help you work that out.
Okay. Yeah. I just, like I'm such a techie, but it's just like doing anything on my own. Like I've always worked for somebody else. I've never worked for myself. So I have absolutely no idea what to do. And so that's one of the things that has held me back.
Yeah.
Is I don't want to do that. I want somebody to do it for me. And I just want to show up. I just want to do what I do. I don't want to have to worry about any of that crap.
That's the unfortunate part. You've either got to throw money at it or you've got to do it yourself.
Yeah.
So, and you and I are in the unfortunate position of not being born into bottomless pits of wealth, like some people we might know.
Yeah.
And so we have to do it the hard way. For example, I've got two fellas right now as we speak working on the intro music for my podcast and an outro at the end. That I had to teach them my method so that they could create the alignment music for coming in and going out. Anyway, I can't wait till Thursday because I get to hear it. But look at this. The Eight of Swords, you're the only one holding you back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you already know this, right?
Yeah.
And then the Courage card with strength jumping out of here. And then the Queen of Coins, and which is dot your I's, cross your T's, and then stick to your knitting. This is you doing it. Being all that in a bag of chips. And I'm not getting the distance that I normally get from this card. So the where there would be distance on this card, you've already closed that distance internally by knowing, or at least by deciding that, I can do this. Right. So now it's is I dotting and T crossing. But the Three of Wands jumping out of here is seriously all about take the help and the partnerships where you find them, because everything is going to and be focused, feel your way through is the help coming because it's going to help me move forward, or is it helping them move forward and they're just taking advantage of me? Do you feel the difference? Right. And sometimes it's the same thing. Them getting better is going to be the same as me getting better. Then it's a go. But if it's just a one-sided thing where it's all on them, that's not going to work for you.
So far, the people I've met, it's definitely been two-sided. I mean, I sat with a friend of mine yesterday for 3 hours, and her and I she was healing and finding out things, and I was healing and finding out things, and we're like helping each other along the path, and it's like we're awakening and like opening up to this realizations. And my resistance when moving forward has to do with my childhood wounding and being seen and putting myself out there and all that kind of stuff. So it's like my throat closes down and I can't get my words out. You know what I mean? So I sat with that just yesterday, and I'm getting the chills now on my legs. Like, so like you said, I've closed that gap. I'm right at the door. And even with the person I have an event going March 28th, I believe. It's a Saturday, 2 p.m. It's only $25 a ticket. We're going to do online services for people. We'll do healings, reading, whatever they want. We'll spend time with each person. But the person I go live with, Rosie and I, we usually go on TikTok together, but she's like, I want more views. And I said, I think it's because we're both going together, because TikTok people want to see one person. they don't want to stop on one that has a bunch of them up. So I said, I think we both have to split now, and you'd go live and then I'll go live at different times.
Yeah, and I just and having that conversation, I got the Deuce of Swords coming out here. So I also highly recommend that you work out a deal, an agreement between the two of you, especially for the financial aspects. Better that you have your agreements in place rather than have to deal with misunderstandings later.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, but otherwise, look at this. Followed by shadow card on there is the Four of Wands, followed by the Death card. So something's going to change.
Yeah.
You just mentioned that something's about to change. You've been reading together. Now you're going to read apart. Just to throw a wrench into the works, Mary and I met on the weekend. I'll be meeting her later today. But starting up as soon as it gets warm enough again, we're restarting the Tarot Phenoms.
Okay.
Which is readers, healers, whatever. And we get together and we all practice our own particular spiel. And like you and your friend were doing, you notice that the communion gives you extra power and you feed off of each other's knowledge.
Yeah.
Well, what happens there is that there's an education thing going on because somebody says, ooh, I'm picking up on, what is this I'm picking up on? And the other person feels it in their own method. That we both learn from that, which is why Mary and I started doing the Tarot Phenoms. Anyway, stay tuned to that.
And we both read differently.
Yeah, it's likely going to be on Sundays, probably maybe like 10 to noon, something like that. But it'll be, I'm not sure. Likely it's going to be on YouTube just because it's the easiest way to broadcast. And I don't know any other place or where to broadcast like that. But
is it going to be on your YouTube?
Oh, more than, yeah. And that one I'll probably set up so that it's a simulcast so that it would be on my YouTube, on her YouTube. But I would likely at that point be broadcasting my intent is once this actually starts working the way that I want it to work and I'm comfortable with it, then I'm going to pay StreamYard for my system and then I can simulcast. So I'll be on YouTube, I'll be on Facebook, I'll be on Twitter. I could be on TikTok, but TikTok's too dumb to allow somebody else to stream on their system. Yeah. So unless and until they go, yeah, we'll let you use your StreamYard to plug in here. It's way too much work to set up and run two systems and then try and coordinate the results after the fact. Forget about it. Yeah. So you got to feel your way through it, but put this in the back of your head. Whatever you think it is right now, it's not even close. It's going to be so completely different from what you think it is right now versus what it'll be in a year from now. You'll go, holy shit, I didn't think she'd mean it would change this much. But I'm getting total transformation out of this Death card here. Yeah. So I don't know what's coming, but
I feel it and I'm getting the chills. So
me too. I just got a shiver, just ran up my whole body.
It's still going. And so like just this Saturday alone, I went into this crystal shop and the lady working there, it's like the words just kept flowing out of my mouth. And basically I was reading her and I was like, I don't want to assume this, but I was like, you do this, and this, and this, and this, and it's leading to this. And I was like, wait, I don't want to assume that you're doing that. You're doing that though, right? And she's like, oh yeah. And, she's like, yeah. So I was, and even in the end, I could see her eyes starting to tear up, but I was like, I make people cry a lot. I'm sorry. But I'm showing them their own power. Yes.
See this, you'll notice this one still has one Kleenex in it, but 2 weeks in a row without any. And I was like, no, this is not happening. I made sure I had tissues today.
I should start carrying them around with me because usually I don't leave the house often. I haven't in the last 2 years because of whatever medical issues and stuff. But now I'm starting to go out more, and the more I go out, the people that interact with me, it's incredible. The awe and wonder that they see.
Yeah, you've
and hear.
got to make sure you're doing. I want you to practice this because this is key. I want you to be sure that when you are reading somebody, even if you find yourself like you just did, where you're reading somebody by accident and all of a sudden they're flooding, you've got to have that personal control in your alignment space where you can block that, so that it's not draining you, so that it's a complete flow through. Right?
Yeah, I didn't feel her energy at all. Like I did not drain me whatsoever.
Perfect.
I've done every day. My energy is my own. You know, I release any energy that does not belong to me. I release any energetic ties that is not my own. I release any burdens that are not my own. You know, I go through a whole list and I shower every single night and make sure I clear that. And also with the water I drink every day.
Excellent.
And I have all my crystals.
Oh, I had so much. I went to a I guess call them psychic fair on the weekend, and I was expecting it to be a total wash, which is why I went, because I was going to run. Oh, is that an amethyst?
This is an amethyst smoky cathedral. Like, it's such a beautiful piece.
Oh my!
And then on the back side, you can see some clear quartz pieces on it as well. But this is an celestial smoky amethyst piece with clear quartz.
Wow. Well,
which is one of the highest vibrational crystals that you can own. Sometimes if it's too strong for people's energy, that'll make them sick and nauseous.
Really? Wow.
That's how high vibrational it is.
That's insane. So, you're gonna have to come in and do a workshop for the Tarot Phenoms on crystals, because that's
absolutely I would love to.
That'd be great. Great. Wow. Oh, you get me all charged up. This is
I know my legs are still tingling.
If I could feel like this 24/7, man, and bottle it, we'd make a fortune.
It feels good, right?
Oh, it does.
Usually when I heal people, they're like,
this is why I could spend actually, when I started reading professionally for money. Because everybody was like, oh, pull a card for me. Everybody wanted me pulling cards for me. Oh, I'm good. Yeah. Okay. But hello, guys, I have a life here. Yeah. So somebody said, well, why don't you charge? And I said, I was at the point, I was like, well, I don't know, coming professional and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so the second when I first started charging, I was charging the same price as everybody. And they say, oh, no, find out what all the readers in your area charge and then charge that. So I started that way. It didn't slow anybody down. I was still getting bombarded with requests, but as you know, I've got my Pepper Master business that's my bread and butter. I mean, eventually this will be my bread and butter, but for the moment, we've got this major conglomeration that we're trying to create, right? And so it's like totally in the way. So it's like, okay, guys, I'm not ready to concentrate fully on this yet. So this is how I ended up with the $200 an hour charge for it. And it slows poor people down. It doesn't slow the rich people down. They don't care. They're like, big whoop.
Yes, the people that need it will show up for that energetic exchange. And you'll also clear out the people that may not be so much into it, and you know what I mean?
Exactly.
People are going to pay for your worth. And so I know that, like, with the healings, I want to charge a little bit more than a reading or like a one-on-one, just because it requires a little bit more energy. Depending on what level. Like, because the other day there was a woman with fibromyalgia. She has had it for over 20 years. And I took that away from her in one session.
Wow, that's crazy.
She's like, I haven't felt like this in 20 years.
Yeah, and the see, what you somehow managed to do for her was to shove her into her alignment space where there is no pain and there is no anxiety and there's none of that shit. And we all have it within us. So
and I call it a snapback. So I'll give that energy to you, or allow you to feel it, and then allow your body to match it, so you know it's possible. But a lot of times people will snap back because that's all they've known for 20 years, that the brain, everything, so their body will snap back. So
Yeah.
the healing and knowledge is the important part too. So in the future, I say it's going to be multiple sessions to be able to help provide people with the information to know how to connect back with their source,
Right.
because that's where all of your, because there is no healing. You already are healed. It's right here. Everything is right here.
Yeah. There's
All of our
nothing
mental,
wrong.
physical,
Exactly.
everything. There's nothing to heal.
Yeah.
We're perfect.
Yeah. And so it's a matter of, I get the same energy working with my cards. The idea is to impress upon your clients that what they see as requiring healing is not what they're healing. What they're healing is the idea that they think they need healing, because
Yeah.
everything is perfect in its sense, right?
Correct.
So cool. Oh, I love buzzing like this. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All righty. We're going to bring Christina back in if she's here. Christina, do you want to come on live? Love to.
Take care.
Have a great day. Do you want to come on live, Christina, or would you like to stay in chat? I've just put the chat link in for you. If you'd like to come on live, just click on the link and we'll bring you on board. All right. For those of you guys waiting, I am here till noon, and we're here every Tuesday until something changes, unless something changes. And then when Peppermaster gets all into place, well, stuff will change. So we'll see how it goes. We're going to bring Christina on now, you guys. Good morning, beautiful.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Oh, I'm jealous. Look at you sitting in the sunshine.
Yeah, I came outside. My head's not feeling good today.
Oh, no.
Need to get some outside air.
Out
How are
here.
you? I'm sorry, go ahead.
You're blinking on me.
Oh, am I still doing that?
I don't know if it's my line or it's somebody else's line, but a major internet data center got blasted in the little Iraq war there last week, and it is affecting redundancies all over the world and slowing internet connections down like nobody's business.
Gotcha.
So I'm sure that's got something to do with it, because I don't normally have this kind of blinking going on. But it's not just one of you. So far, it's all of you this morning.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's US based or Canadian based, but whoever it is had their redundancies set up in the Middle East. Look at that. So where are you? What state are you in right now?
So I'm in Virginia now. We moved to Virginia, me and my son and his wife and daughter.
Oh, cool. Okay. All right. I knew you were not in the same place.
No.
How you feeling there?
Okay, I have a plan.
Plans are good.
Yeah, I have a plan. Like I got a job, and me and the one woman that always goes back to her husband that I've been dealing with for like 7 years. So I'm gonna save as much as I can, and then we're gonna do it right this time. And I'm not counting on anybody, and I've already told her that I'm gonna get myself a place back down south because it's cheaper for me to afford, and go back to BMW, and I'm gonna do it right. And if she wants to ever go back to him, she can go, but I'm gonna make sure I can do it on my own.
Atta
I'm too old
girl.
to be doing this.
Dude, I love this for you. These cards come out so clean, so clean. Just take it off the table. Aside from a divorce, is there any other legal thing on the table that you need to think about?
No, everybody keeps pouring that up around me, and there's nothing. There's
Okay.
nothing. The only thing that the only legal thing that got a like a snag in it, and it was my mom's death, and I was suing them. But then my sister, my sister, the one that she reads cards too. Well, her kids wouldn't stop with that one lawyer, and that lawyer didn't want to be bothered, so he backed out of it at one hot minute.
Mhm.
But I, everybody keeps saying that there's something legal and money around me, and I'm like, I don't know what that is.
I'm not getting money particularly. Um, there's no visible money in the three cards that I'm looking at. I got a King of Cups, which is water. This is emotion. This is something. This is important to you, and which is why I asked: is this just the divorce? There's followed by the Justice card and an Emperor card, which is why I'm getting a court case. So there's an aspect to there's missing. No, it's almost as if unless there's something else, I personally would explore how you feel about reopening that original court case. That's
Yes.
but there's also in this case there is an aspect of I don't want to plant the garden until I'm sure of what I know is actually what I know.
So it can't be around her because
Yeah.
the way I feel about that, that's her business. And so it can't be her divorce. That doesn't bother me. That's on her. That's not on me. Like
Yeah,
if she
but the on you part is you moving forward and having the relationship and having the partnership. If he's in the way, you can't have that.
No, it doesn't like in all honesty, yeah, I would love to be back with her. I miss her. We do talk, we FaceTime every day and stuff, but that's on her. If it never happens, like I just feel like I have a whole plan in my head where uh I'm trying to focus on just getting a good job, getting a place on my own. And
Yep.
like I told her, you ever want to leave? I mean, the door will be open, but I'm gonna probably tell you I'm not gonna help you get back that way.
Okay. I'm
You know?
burble. Come on. Click back in. It's not me.
So
Right. Okay. So what
I
I'm
don't.
the first part.
That doesn't bother me. Her divorce.
I'm not seeing it as it bothering you so much as being the same sort of energy. Think of it like this. You know how you can't go out in the spring and plant anything while the ground is still frozen?
Yeah.
So it's sort of like that kind of energy. Like you want to plant things, but you can't plant them because they're frozen by this.
So in this weird way, though, like because her stuff doesn't bother me because I've been doing it for 7 years, but the one that won't leave me alone, the one that continues, is the other one in Florida. Maybe that's what you're pulling on. I don't know. She still calls. She's with her ex-wife. I don't know. I don't know. But people do say there's justice card around me, but her whole divorce thing, that don't bother me. That's on her.
Hmm.
That's on her.
There's we have so the emperor keeps coming up, right? That is the laying down the law. That is the no, this is the way this is going to go. This so if there's any anxiety around it, but right now based on what you said to me, it's almost like I'm pushing you the to reopen that law case around the estate.
Yeah.
Right? Who was it? Whose estate was it?
So it's my mom. Is that what you're talking about? My mom's thing?
Yep.
So that was my mom. Like, she was in a nursing home and her death was ruled by the nursing home negligence. She ended up getting this pneumonia from them not washing their hands the proper way, and she ended up getting a really bad infection from down there to down in her private area that led through her body, and so it was the negligence of them, and she went septic and passed. So I had a lawyer on it, and it was getting ready to be settled out, but my sister and her kids wouldn't stop with him, and he got mad over it, and he called me and said, "I'm stepping out of this because it's too much."
I would personally be looking at that, exploring reopening that, not necessarily based on these cards, not necessarily for your mom, but with the idea that if somebody doesn't do something to stop this, this is going to happen to somebody else's mom.
So in this weird way, though, like I'm not sure if it is her that it's pull like because people keep saying that justice card, but I do know. So my dad is so me and my sisters. I have two sisters, and we don't talk like as of right now.
Mhm.
But my dad is really old, and And my other two sisters were really close to my dad, not my mom. Like one of them was my half. So in my head, like, when you know. So one of the sisters kind of did something like on a different, not Facebook, but the other one. And I don't ever talk to her. And she friend requested me, but I never accepted it. So I'm like, I don't know if it's coming around my dad too. So I don't know what the hell that shit is, but everybody keeps saying this to me, and I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, well, there you go. You're gonna know quite quick. So I would follow that thread, because the first card is the King of Cups. That's your dad.
Yeah.
Right out of the gate, right? So there's some what would reopening that case change for your dad or do for your dad?
Oh, nothing. They were never even married at all. Nothing.
Oh. So there's no connection there. So what's the connection? There's something, there's an aspect, there's an energy, there's something that your father gave you emotionally.
Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, that's not possible. There is
Nothing.
something. Yeah.
100%. Like, he never messed with me. He never did.
No. That's not what I mean. I mean emotionally, in the sense there's a strength, a power, a comfort, a knowledge of self that you learned. He either gave it to you or you learned it in spite of him. It doesn't matter. But because of your relationship with your father, you are in the position to right whatever this justice is.
I see. The only thing I can think of is we all have our own separate checking accounts, and then he's got like this major death penalties and all that stuff. And I'm like, if anything happens to him, I know I have money sitting in that one checking account. So I don't know if they'll probably try to fight me over that. That's the only thing I kept thinking was too, like all the other two will try to fight me to kick me out of everything. That's the only thing I keep thinking.
Yeah, there may be something around talking to your dad. How's your relationship with him?
We don't have a relationship.
As good as the one with your sisters, right?
100%.
Well, here, this is in your own mind. This is something that you need to put to bed, in the sense of that there's nothing, if they're going to do that, if that's going to happen, right? You have no control over it. They're going to do what they're going to do. So the Six of Swords coming up here just screams of go with the flow. There's nothing you can do about it. Right.
So what is the cards that you're pulling on me, like, just for the week, so I know? Because it's weird too. Like, I had this, like, because my one sister, the one that you've talked to before, we kind of go back and forth on talking. So she'll get mad at me and stop talking to me for a couple of months, and then she'll come out of the blue again. Well, the other night I had like this big dream about her, and she was in the dream.
Oh.
And I'm like, I don't even know. Like, probably she's getting ready to reach out again. But usually she wants me to go back down to South Carolina and help her, and which I'm fine with that. But what was the cards that you pulled?
Well, I'm not getting sister energy in the cards. It's almost a settling of accounts sort of energy, that just putting the knowledge, putting the thoughts to bed, in a sense, makes the solidity, right? It's like looking at Stonehenge and going, geez, I don't know what that means. I would love to know what that means. What was that originally? What really was that about? And until you actually know, then you're just looking at Stonehenge and going, oh, what a pretty selection of rocks, right?
Yeah.
The transformation in you that occurs as a result of picking up the understanding that you don't currently have.
And that might be, so you might be picking up on it just by thoughts, too. Like, so let's backtrack, because this might go around Dot, the one that's married, the one I've been talking to again. Because in this weird way, like I told her the other night, I'm like, okay, you're saying all the right things, like everything that I've ever wanted you to say in 7 years, but can you hold into that? Are you going to go again? So in my brain, I'm going, is this just a trick? Or is she being for real? Does she just need me to help her escape from this abusive marriage again? So in my brain, I'm like numbing it around. I don't know.
Oh, that makes total sense, right? At the end of when these thoughts come up for you, you need to take a nice deep breath and just like water off the duck's back and just go with the flow, right?
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
no control. You know what your sister's like. She's always been the same. She never changes,
Yeah.
right? I
Yeah.
got the same
Yeah.
sister. We had this conversation before.
Well,
The comfort and knowledge of knowing that there is no change there gives you the solidity and the power to create change for yourself,
yeah.
right? And so then in this case, I get the death card coming up at right after the Six of Swords, which is we have no control over. I don't often get death in my death card. It's usually about things changing and transforming. It's not usually about somebody dying. So in this case, it's your fault. How sick is your dad? Is he?
Yeah, he's always been sick. He worked in mushroom houses. He's always had that black lung. He's like in his late 70s.
Okay. So this is it. So the overriding energy of these cards is your dad's pending death.
So you might have picked all this up because I was actually thinking about calling him today.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah.
There's a interesting here on the death card. This white flag is jumping out at me, and there's an element of surrender to the card. So somehow parking yourself at the door kind of energy, because you know better. You are your own boss. You have your own power, and their power can't hurt you. Ergo, anything that maybe it's both sisters, maybe it's just the one, but anything that you render to them, anything that you allow for them is generosity on your part.
Yeah.
Right? Because you
Yeah.
really don't care. You've been through enough. I'm done. This is whatever happens one way or the other, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. 2025 kicked me in my butt. 2025 taught me a lot of things.
There you go. So what I am picking up on for sure is a conversation with your dad that if he hasn't done so, he should get his paperwork in order.
So that all is all taken care of. That definitely is all taken care of. He put all that play years ago, and it was said that's why the legal thing, when that keeps pulling up on me, I'm like, it's got to be my dad, because I just don't want to rehash my mom. I want my mom to just lay at rest.
Yeah.
And after going through certain things with that, I'm like, I'd just rather let her rest. But with my dad,
You're
yeah,
expecting some sort of a fight or a battle after the fact.
well, Dawn is going to. Dawn, because he gave us all checking accounts that he puts in, but then he said the big money goes to the other sister, which Dawn's going to fight that one, and she's going to shut it all down because she's the oldest. But he's already legalized everything, so I'm sure that that's a big drama coming,
Yeah.
because
Well,
everybody keeps pulling that around me. I'm like,
yeah, I got a feeling that this is what it is, in that your anticipation of that drama is like praying for what you don't want to have happen, right? You
Yeah.
know that this is going to happen because that's the way that your sister is.
Yeah.
But you also know, and this is why I'm getting the Six of Swords, you also know that this is already in place. This is they can call in the lawyers till they're blue in the face, but dad's in sound mind and body has dotted all his I's and crossed all his T's.
oh yeah, he already paid for his cremation. The lawyer he has already knows what to do with his remains, all that stuff. We're not to do anything. We're not to mess with the little sister. We're not to do anything. And I don't care. I don't care. He was never like there for me. I don't really care what they do, but Dawn, if anything comes about, Dawn will. That's all I keep thinking it's just him. I don't know, because I don't want to rehash my mom out.
Yeah,
I don't want to go
I
through
don't
that.
I don't have any mom energy here. None
So it's
whatsoever.
dad.
This is all, yes, I've got the death card, yes, but as I said, it's not typically about the death. It's about you being aware that when your father dies, the change is what you're going to have to deal with. right? And that's, I think, more of what everybody's picking up on, is that your concern that the sister is going to want to reopen everything and change everything after the fact, right, is coloring how you're thinking today.
I think I just have I think it's just a little bit of regrets. I think that maybe that's what you're picking up on too, because
Yeah.
I probably need to, and something keeps telling me I need to call him and I need to make amends with my older sister, not my younger one. I never, but my older one that, yeah, something just keeps telling me I need to do that, keeps pushing me to that, but I'm stubborn.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's okay. Being stubborn is okay. Understand that when you are, so here's the King of Cups. Yes, it represents dad, but it also represents you. So you are being a specific emotional way towards your sisters. Do you get that?
Yeah, yeah. Well, she left me in a bad situation last year, and I don't know.
So this is where the surrender comes in. You've already got most of the surrender happening. This is
Yeah.
like, because, you know, if something happens and that checking account suddenly disappears, you're okay anyway. It's not, you know, what it is, what it is, but you were
Yeah.
never expecting such a thing anyway. So no big deal. Right. So the change that is occurring, yes, it's around his money. Okay. But I get the 10 of coins out of here. And the surrender in both of these cards, in the death card and in the 10 of pentacles, the rendering over that which has, right there's an element of power over you, that if you say, okay, however this is going to come down, let the power be the power, and I'm just going to be my good old happy self, what come what may. That's the surrender that I'm looking at in the cards. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So it's whether or not you reconcile with the sister prior to the death. If you can do it internally before the death, then you've already surrendered, you've already given it over. Whatever comes down ends up being a bonus on your side.
I gotcha.
Right? So maybe that, but certainly dad is definitely coming up in the cards because you're on the verge of calling him.
Yeah.
Is he a Pisces?
No.
Who's the Pisces in here?
The only other Pisces I know, that's what I say. It could be picking up a million different things. The only other Pisces I know, I'm a Pisces, Dot's a Pisces, and
Yeah.
the girl in Florida is a Pisces.
Oh, there's fish everywhere. Oh my God.
Yeah. So the girl in Florida,
Make
she
tuna
likes to
fish
call me.
sandwiches, right?
She likes to call me in the morning time and say, "Why don't you text me anymore? Something's different with us." And I'm like, "You're with somebody else. Leave me alone."
Right. Right. So there's the element of, I think that there is an element of
Everything at this point in my brain.
yeah, pretty much. It's like, okay, what do I drop? Where is the rock that I drop?
Yeah, so that other phone, I want to turn that other phone off so I can heal off of that. I don't.
There you go.
Every single time she calls, it's like
That's
it just
what it
puts
is.
all those things back in my brain, and I just want to turn that phone off and just let that die out.
Yeah, I would expect a Queen of Swords to come up as a drawing a line in the sand, but you've already drawn that line. So this becomes, rather than just being about the potential court case that you fear, or about dealing with dad's.
And then I don't even know if that's the absolute case in that either. That's just in my brain because I'm
That's
like,
right.
I've never been in trouble a day in my life, but everybody keeps pulling this justice card around me, and I'm like, what the hell is that?
It's right. Okay, so understand that these are the energy. The meat suit existence doesn't care what the energies are. They manifest as meat suit energies. But at the spiritual level, what's going on is that you've got the energies want to flow in congruence, right? They're bashing against each other, right? And this has been your existence with your sisters your entire life, right?
Yeah.
So if you can find a way that rather than getting your back up when it comes at you, where you just absorb it and let it come, it
Yeah.
removes all the power from it. And
Yeah.
that I'm seeing as the surrender. But that's an internal justice thing that you create, where no matter what comes, no matter what is said to you from those sisters, your solidity, your power, this is the line in the sand. And it's in, oh, now I've got the hiccups. It's internal. You've got to say something to somebody. It's internal. It's not external.
Gotcha.
Right? So the court case is about, you know what's right. You know how it's going to happen. Now relax into it and let it be what it is. You see that?
I gotcha.
And that I think is, at least I hope, I think that is more the energy of these cards, because in the justice card, the reflection of the main character is what we see in the card. We see the main character, you see his feet here. He's
Yeah.
looking down in the water and seeing himself reflected back. And in the image, if I can get it up for you, you'll see he's got this little bubble in his hand, and it's actually a mask. It's his face,
Yeah.
right? So it's, you've already taken off. Hello. Stop that. Hello. I'm all fuzzy. You've already taken off that mask. There we go. So the justice, the decision, the line in the sand becomes your, no, I've already made this decision. I'm not going back on this. We're going to leave this and we're going to give grace to that situation. And then there's the thoughts aren't allowed to keep coming back. Well, what if they open a lawsuit? What if they decide they're going to do this? What if they're going to give me grief over mom already being dead, or whatever it is? If you allow it to just be what it is until it happens, and this is a practice thing, right? This is all inside your own head, but to give them the grace that the only reason that they would do that is because they have no grace of their own.
Yeah.
So there's no resistance on your end. There's no friction. There's no anxiety, because you expect them to be exactly who they are. And when they turn around and show you exactly who they are yet again, you're not surprised. You're not shocked. You're not pained. You're not anxious. You're none of those things, because you knew, you already know that this is how it is and it's not going to change. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right.
I gotcha.
And then after the fact, it becomes there. I get the Hierophant coming out here. The truth shall set you free, because it's followed by the Fool card, right? Once you have that and you put that into place, you go, I expect you guys to be exactly the way that you're going to be. You don't have to have this conversation with them. You could do it internally, and it is going to have way more power. But the second that you put them exactly, you look at them and you go, well, you're my sister. I love you, but I don't trust you as far as I could spit.
That's already.
Right? You've already drawn that line in the sand. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So let her be exactly what you've decided already that she is, or change how you see her.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. But these people keep coming up a lot in my reads. I guess I need to make a phone call. I don't know.
I think there's an element to it's something that I struggle with. Family has been
Family sucks. The one that was always on my side, she's gone, and I had to cope with that reality that my mom, the one that was always stood by my side through thick and thin, she is gone. That blood is gone. All the rest of them suck.
Right, but watch this. Mom is still here, and mom's energy is still with you all day, every day.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Right, there you go. So there's I just got chills over this. There's an element of embrace that energy, become that energy, and give that grace to the people that want to take it away from you.
So there is a death card around me, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That death card
That's
isn't
my
is
my cousin Amy keeps pulling that death card up too, and she didn't like it the last time I normally don't get that death card around me. The last time the death card came out on me, my mom passed a week later.
yeah. And so now your mom card comes out, and here's the line in this. Here's the not the line in the sand. Here's the distance, right? Your comfort with your family is in not being with them. It's very easy to be sisters with your sisters when you're not talking to each other.
Yeah, but and in this weird way though, me and Dawn has always went back and forth with each other, but I do miss my sister Dawn. The
There you
other
go.
one I could give two shits about.
That's the transformation, right? So the trick is in doing the meditations, anytime the sister that you don't give a shit about comes up, actively change the way that you feel towards her so that it's less affecting you and becomes a neutrality. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so there's death around me.
I'm not necessarily getting legal, which is why I asked. If there's a lawyer involved, then I would be pulling on that string. In as much as, do you care if these people do to somebody else what they did to your mom? If it doesn't affect you, don't waste your time.
No, I just want her. I want my mom to lay at rest. That's been 3 years. It was 3 years last week. That was the
well,
hardest.
this is also, and it's fresh up because you are aware of the date.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Right? So it's looking at it with a clean, knowledgeable eye. None of these people can take anything away from you. You are who you are. You have your power, right? That queen comes up because you got to stick to your knitting. But you can't stick to your knitting if you're worried about or thinking about even what your sisters want or are doing or whatever. So how do you put that to bed? You see them in their perfection and leave them there. Right. Yeah. And it's just a meditative. And if you have to do it every hour on the hour for 3 days to put her to bed, do that.
Who, my sister?
Oh, both of them. Yeah.
Oh, they don't bother me. I just think I just need to call my one. They don't bother me though. Usually they don't bother me. I have other bigger fish in my brain to fry at this point. They don't. My family sucks. You have no idea.
So, right. But the more you think to yourself, my family sucks, you're creating a family that sucks. Do you get this?
They do. Though. They do. There's
no way. They couldn't suck any worse than mine, darling.
Family.
That's what family is about, right? But we're not talking about them. We're talking about you. In order for you to be your whole complete self, you have to be in a position where you think of your sister and you get neutral thoughts, not negative ones.
Yeah, I gotcha.
That's the practice.
I gotcha.
At 80.
I gotcha.
This is cool.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's money coming for you. That 10 of Pentacles is not going away.
Everybody keeps pulling all this stuff on me, and I'm like,
Well, it's either going to be you in your perfect solidity, right? When your dad dies, everything gets put to bed anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the end of it, right?
Yeah.
Trifa says my 100%. Family sucks too, right? We don't get to choose our. Some people have amazing, supportive, fantastic families, and most of us don't. Most of us have families full of ego selves who are all trapped in our own existence and are all concerned about,
I swear I was switched at birth.
I would love to swear that, but I'm the spitting image of both of my parents. So,
The only one I look like is my mom, and the only thing I have on her is the blue eyes. That's it.
There you go.
And I always swear I'm not related to these people. It's a big joke. It is what it is. But thank you.
Oh, God love you. All right. You have a good week. Let's see who we've got. Who have we got coming on next? Little witchy one. What's that?
You got to kick me out. I don't know how to do it.
Oh, I can do that easy. All right. You have a great day. All right. Alrighty, I got little witchy one whose birthday it is today. Are you still hanging around? And for those of you guys waiting for a reading, I've got after little witchy one, I got Triva on deck, followed by Debbie Gwen if she's still here, followed by Ashraf, and then Palavita Wari. And if I'm not seeing, if I missed anybody, hi Annie Moon, I didn't see you till just now. Good morning. And you'll come after Palavita Wari. If you guys want to stick around, I'm here until noon today. Little witchy one, are you still here, darling? It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Are you still here? If not, we're going to move on to Triva. We'll give you a couple of seconds. You guys who are watching this, double check in the corner of your screen that your live is actually on live. I'll put the link for the come on live invite if you want to come on live. And we'll see how this goes. I'm not seeing little witchy one. She might have had to bout out to go to work. Triva, if you want to come on live, you can click on the StreamYard link, or I will read you in the chat. It's up to you. How are we going to do this? Who's up next? Who's up next, you guys? All right, so little witchy one is not coming up. So there is Triva. All right, you ready, honey? We're going to bring you on board. And if little witchy one comes back, we'll bring her in. Good morning, Triva.
Good morning.
How you doing? Are you back home?
I'm home.
You are home.
It was a really hard stay there.
Yeah, because you kept.
It was more scary than good.
Oh.
There was a guy they brought in from the penitentiary, and they had to have 2 guards sitting on him at all times, and all that I could go through my mind was, what did he do? What did he do? So I wasn't, yeah.
Oh man. Oh, you should have sent me a message. I would have rattled you a little bit and tried to help out. But I'm glad you're home. Lainey's glad you're home.
She is.
I bet she went nuts when you walked in the door.
She did.
Oh, see, feel that. Do you feel that? Do you feel that how your energy just came up?
Yeah.
Yeah, use that dog, man. That's a familiar. I'm getting chills over that connection with that dog. There is something there that is beyond just a lady and her dog. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, big time. All righty. Let's see. Well, how did you do the treatment?
I did one.
Hi,
And
Amy.
I actually was heaving through the whole thing while they were seizing me.
Wow.
And I don't remember the seizing, but I remember the heaving. And I'm like, this is not for me.
Wow.
This is not for me.
Was there any after effect? Was there a change in how
The only change was the next day I could hardly move my neck. I couldn't move my back. I noticed my memory had little points of, well, I don't remember. But I don't want to forget. I want to remember.
Right. Yeah. This is the beauty of your alignment practice these last couple of years. Is she's so glad to have you back. Yeah, she loves you. Oh my gosh. This is the energy of where you are, in that you spent all of those decades not wanting to remember. I don't want anything to do with that, because it was so painful or so anxious creating. And now you have this strength and you go, no, wait a minute. I need to remember. There's something in the memories that I need, and I'm strong enough now to go through.
I don't want to forget the good things, you know?
And
I want to remember the bad things so that I can write my book.
There you go. And once you write the book, then even more healing happens, right? Excellent. Let's see what the cards got to say.
I'm really struggling with my mom right now.
Oh. How come?
Just really missing her a lot.
Oh.
I'm trying to write her a letter, and every time I try and write, I start to cry.
Oh. Well, so sit down and cry. Crying.
Yeah, I have been, because it's cleansing.
Yeah, it is. A lot of people, people say, well, if I start crying, I'll never be able to stop. Well, no, that's the beauty of the cleansing of it, is that there is a certain point where you've cried it all out. You've got nothing left to cry.
Like I backed off of TikTok, not because I want to, because they got me so feared to cry.
Dude. So the Queen of Wands coming out here, right? And you've got a pocket of anxiety over what's going on in the world.
I do.
Stop it. Do you remember the Iraq War in the 80s? And we all thought the whole world was going to hell in a handbasket?
Yeah.
The same energy. This is going to be so short-lived.
Okay.
Watch me be wrong. But you've got to know who you are, where you are, and that this isn't here. This isn't on us. And whoever is going to get rid of that guy, they're going to get rid of him. So you got to get him out of your head. Right? Okay. I really hate to say this, but the truth of the matter is that everybody looks at Donald Trump in such a way as, how come I'm a total fuck up in my life, but this guy gets to become president of the United States and have all the money in the world, right? And we
be
have
a total fuck up.
Right? And it's like life is not fair. Well, life was never fair. But the energy that your spirit is calling you to grasp when you look at that situation and you see the lack of power that you have over it, you see it as a negative thing rather than a positive thing. Do you get it? Whereas, excuse me. We'll get over this one of these days. Whereas when you look at it and you go, oh, I have no power over this, and we are able to take it and use that to give ourselves power, right? You don't have power over that, but you have power here. Yeah. You have power over what you're going to do on a daily basis and how you're going to feel and how you're going to think about how you feel, right? And so when those negative thoughts come in, your task is to sit down, take the deep breath, and pick through them. What is it? Thinking about what's going on the other side of the planet, right? Yes, okay, it makes gas more expensive. It makes groceries more expensive. It makes everything more expensive, right? But when you take it apart, it doesn't mean anything about us. It says nothing about who we are, where we are, when we are. Only we have power over that. Do you see the power there?
Yeah.
And that is what I want you to pull. I want you to pull that energy at it every time and don't watch the news. Okay.
I haven't been.
Okay, good. I've been trying to avoid it myself.
That's even why I don't even scroll TikTok, because I don't want to know.
Yeah, I've been blocking people on LinkedIn. I blocked a couple of people yesterday on Facebook. I've never blocked anybody on LinkedIn, and all of a sudden I'm blocking people on LinkedIn. The energy is to look at it and see the reality is that that guy that we are all so petrified of, right, throws ketchup. The man throws temper tantrums. He's a big man baby. Okay. And wonder of wonders, he bizarrely thinks that he's doing the right things. Okay. We don't agree with him. Yes. But he is in that personal power. You see that.
The narcissistic power.
Well, true. But I want you to appreciate that that narcissism is part and parcel required for you to be all that in a bag of chips. You get that?
Yeah.
And that's what you're seeing. You're seeing that energy, and your spirit is going, pay attention to that, because you need to learn that. You need to be that. Okay, don't be the scumbag part that is him.
It brings me back to what I went through.
Yes, but you're past that. You are stronger than that, and right. So that's what it's digging at. It's digging at you not giving your power away.
Right.
Right. And so every time his image comes up and you go, oh, I don't want to look, what I want you to look at and see is not the creep, the scumbag, all the negativity that you and I see when we see him. I want you to see the personal power that he manages somehow in his total insanity to actually express, so that people have given him that power.
Hmm.
Get it? And that's what I want you to see. And when you can see only that, you've given the scumbag back his grace.
Okay.
You get it? So she agrees. What's she like barking at suddenly?
I don't know.
Huh.
You see.
She's either agreeing with me or there's somebody at the door.
Nobody.
Nobody out there. Well, maybe she agrees with me. Right? But it's that this is the key to using that internal power to control or choose how we feel about a situation. Right? If you can look at him, that in spite of everything that he's doing wrong and horrible in the world, and see nothing but that personal internal grace that made it that such a person such as that is capable of becoming the most powerful man on the planet, not through his own power, but through everybody else's.
Yeah.
That's what your spirit is calling you to see. And you're seeing nothing but the negativity. And I want you to see just that positivity. And it's a little teeny bead of positivity in the middle of them. And it's hard to see, but it's in there. Do you get
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
And that is like I keep saying, at this point in it, you've got your grace, you've got your power.
Yeah.
Now your trick is to take that grace and share it with the people who have none. And in this particular case, because it's so overriding, that your spirit is going, no, you got to be that. Not him when he's throwing ketchup, but him when he's standing up on a stage with a mic in his face, being eloquent and speaking cleanly and clearly, and not being the lunatic that the news says that he is, right? and if you can embrace that for him, it'll take all that power away. It's gone. Doesn't exist anymore. Because he has none. The man throws ketchup and he wears a diaper. Do you know what I mean? Like, take his power away from him and take it back. This is your power, right? Imagine being the leader of the free world and pissing yourself on the world stage. Right?
Yeah.
Like, is there anything worse that could possibly happen to you than that?
True.
No. Right? But it happened to him yesterday.
Did it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Right? So do you feel the difference? Do you feel the shift?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing. So there's your Queen of Wands. Be the Queen of Wands, right? And then there's a Tower. There's big change coming. There's a transformation. There is something that you are carrying, that you are thinking about, that is bigger than you. It is, there's an aspect of denial about it. Like, I can't do anything. I can't change anything. And the second that you become this personal power of yours, that ceases to become, then it becomes a challenge. This becomes, and this could be that conversation that you've been avoiding having all this time.
It's funny, I made a call yesterday.
You didn't.
But they won't give me any information on the phone. I have to go through the internet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. So the internet says, turn it on, go do it.
Yeah.
Right. And you're going to be stunned and surprised at you gave it so much power. You gave it so much energy all of these years. And you're going to be sitting here after it happens going, well, that was no big deal.
Something tells me it's not a legal marriage.
Something tells me that it is too, but until you find out and know, you're on the outside looking in. But look at this. It's followed by the Wheel of Fortune. So once you make that, once you do that implementation, then it's just a matter of waiting to see how the wheel falls in. And it's followed by this virtuous victory card. This is the Six of Wands. This is about realizing that it was no big deal all along. And this is beautiful. I love this card for this. And you have the group of people who are all working together on the same thing, right? This is you, yourself, and you all working at trying to find a way to make life good and comfortable and happy for everybody else, when all you ever really had to do was find yourself and be your best self, and none of the rest of it has any power. You get it?
You're almost bringing me to tears.
What's that?
You're almost bringing me to tears.
Oh, good. Tears are good. Tears are what cleans the soul, right? But understand that sometimes jumping off a cliff is fun, and there are good results that come from it. Do you know what I mean? Do you remember jumping off a bridge into the river when you were a kid?
Yeah.
And how much fun it was? Bring that energy into what you've got to do and make it like a game. And it's going to be so much easier, because it doesn't mean anything now to you. You're past it.
Yeah.
Right? What it means is simply a correction of the record. And so it becomes easy to do. It becomes a game in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that. Oh my gosh. You got any questions, honey?
One question.
Yeah.
Will my son ever talk to me again?
Well, who?
My son. I have a granddaughter out there who's a year and a half old, and I've yet to be able to meet her. Because my husband, or whatever the frig he was, toxified my child.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I miss them to pieces, and I don't know what to do.
Adopt somebody else's grandchild.
I thought about that.
Do it. Somebody out there has no grandma and desperately needs one. Now, yeah, if I've often said, if you want more love in your life, you have to be more loving. This is that sort of energy.
Okay.
Right? It's the same thing. Think of everything that you have given to Lainey, and everything you give to this dog comes back to you in spades. Right? This is about you. It's not about him. It's not about the grandchild. It's about this little hole in your soul, because you can't pour that love into that grandchild. You can substitute other grandchildren. Right? And it'll fill that hole until your pointy little head is capable of getting comfort over that whole situation. Right? Yeah. There's something that you're not seeing. There's a way, understand, time comes into play here, because this is the moon. And the reason that the moon comes up is because there's something that you're not seeing in this situation, right? Something was said, something was done, something happened that created this situation. That I'm looking at July. I've got a Cancer jumping out at me here. Time moves very slowly. Wheels turn very slowly. People come to reality of their own accord. I've never caught this before, but the lady on a card appears to be pregnant. Now, I know you're not pregnant, so I don't even have to ask, but there's something that you're about to create and give birth to in reality as these things come together. Do you get that?
Yeah.
And nobody else can do that. Only you can do that. And you have the power to do it. You have the knowledge. You're in the, I'm getting also on this card. She's going to cry on me. Can I offer you a tissue, honey? Did you send her a birthday card?
Who?
Your granddaughter.
No.
Make one. Make the birthday card. If you can send it, send it. If you can't send it, burn it so that she gets it anyway. Right? Her spirit and your spirit are 100% in connection, even if you never, ever physically see her. Do you get that? So you can go inside, call her spirit to you, and you're right there. Same as dealing with your mom. Right? And the more you push the ether existence away from you, the less it has accessibility to you, but it's still right there. You know this.
Yeah.
Right? And your meat suit, because you have so much more difficulties to work with internally because of where you have gotten to through your meat suit existence, you still have to make that walk all the way back as a spiritual powered existence, but you still got to make the walk. You've still got to heal that. And the initial ego inception has nothing to do with the son, has nothing to do with the grandchild, and everything to do with your personal power. And none of them mean anything about you. You are still your complete, perfect, beautiful self. And you got to keep reminding yourself that, because ain't nobody else going to do it. Well, I might, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Lainey will remind you on a momentary basis if you ask her to.
It's 11:11.
Yeah, make a wish, you guys. Does make sense for you, honey?
Yes.
And so there's also time comes into play here, because there's a time at which that granddaughter ceases to live with mom and dad. And then you get to deal with the conversation. Well, how come you weren't in my life all these years? And you get to say, because I had a falling out with your parents and I was not allowed, I was not welcome. But that's all water under the bridge. And here we are now. Is that going to happen when she's 6? Is that going to happen when she's 16, when she's 60? I don't know, but you can do it internally right now. Just like that.
Okay.
Right? Take your power and put it where it ought to be, not where your pointy little head is afraid it can't be. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Right? So you can embrace that grandchild. Do you get photographs of them? Are you in a
Not
position?
allowed to see anything.
No, I know you're not allowed, but do you have ways of seeing?
I've seen her.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. Right.
Yeah.
Also bear in mind that there are, if you got to the point where, God damn it, I want a relationship with my grandchild, this is not fair. I believe you have grandparent rights.
I do. I just want to make sure I'm whole and healthy first.
There you go. So there's the time aspect coming in, right? Is your ability to turn around and go, okay, enough is enough. I'm going to have a visit with my grandchild once a month, and I'll have it court ordered so that it happens. It takes a different point. You're not there yet, which is why I'm getting the moon card. But know that your son saying, no, I can't have anything to do with you, so you will have nothing to do with my children, has more to do with him and less to do with you.
Yeah.
Right? He's afraid of himself. Otherwise, he would be giving you your grace and letting you be grandmother to the child.
Yeah.
Right? And so that in and of itself becomes you giving him his grace.
That poor child is growing up with no grandparent.
Yeah. But that's not true.
No,
right?
I know.
Feel the truth that in spite of, she has your power, your energy flying over her and around her all day, every day, wanting what is best for her. Right? So she's not alone. And she's got her own ancestors, her own spirit guides working with her that are not in the alive state, that are carrying her and working with her. And they are also, they're going to be on your side. Giving someone their grace, giving someone love is supported by the universe in all cases. Right? The trick is to, when you can't do it physically, to do it spiritually. And if you have to, in order to appease the pointy little headed meat suit desire for that fulfillment, do it through advocacy or surrogacy.
Okay.
Because you can, right? And always go back, feed back on the strength that you have created within yourself. Go back to it at all times, because you created that. You pulled that out of a dark, empty shell of a human being who had no view of where up was. And look at you now. Right? Yeah.
Thank you.
You're not perfect. You're not, you're not the Queen of Sheba. But you're way more powerful now than you were when I first met you.
Yeah.
And you did that. You get it? So everything that's left you can't get it done and you can't get it wrong. You get that? And those two spirits calling themselves to each other will continue to do that. Your best way to connect it and plug it in is to go inside and do it spiritually, do it internally, because her spirit can't help but come, whether she knows it or not. All right. I would, interesting thing. I watched a result of a thing. The mother had been separated from her children. It was one of a drama program, so it was fake. It wasn't real, but the energy is the same. So the mother had been put into a position where she, through her circumstances, had her child taken away from her and was not allowed any contact under any circumstances. Now we're talking her own child, not a grandchild, but it's the same idea. And they managed in adulthood, the daughter came to her and said, "You're my mom." And she said, "Oh my gosh, here you are." And she said, "Stay there." And woman got up, walked into the next room and came back with a box like this. And it was a birthday card for every year. The woman was like 35 years old. So there was 35 birthday cards in this box. Never been opened, never been given from birth to 36. There were little trinkets, little gifts. Your uncle, this belonged to your uncle, and I thought you might like to have it. Whatever. These are just little things that when I thought of you, I put them in the box, and it was like just a box like that. But it is indicative of mom. In your case, it would be grandmom, taking the energy and creating the surrogate contact physically that doesn't exist. Right? And the universe is going to find its way, huh? I mean, you could die tomorrow morning and this is not going to physically materialize in this lifetime. But the second that you kick, ain't nobody keeping you away from her anymore, are they?
No.
Because you can fly right in there and be there all day, every day. But you can still do it. Go inside and bring her out. And then you get, it's surrogate and it takes practice. But this is why they call the Course in Miracles a Course in Miracles. Because when you live, and you've already seen these miracles happening for you, right? Commit to them, commit to yourself, and let the miracles manifest, right?
Okay.
Find the workbook, start doing the work. Well, one of these days you'll start doing the workbook.
Yeah.
But, and for those of you guys watching, I'm going to type it into the chat. This is the workbook that I am talking about. Course in Miracles, for those who don't know, is a book that was written, it was published, I think, in 1969. And the woman who wrote, you'll love it because it's riddled with Jesus theology, right? For 10 years, here's a woman suffering from total, complete pain and suffering. She was riddled with cancer. And for 10 years, she believed that Jesus the Christ himself was coming to her in spirit form and dictating her how to deal with this pain. And she wrote this book. It has since been slightly adjusted and tweaked to work better with the actual spirit that we're dealing with. But the feeling of power that it gives you when you realize how important you really, really are, not just to this existence, but the entirety of the universe, is invaluable. And it all came anyway. You don't need to read the book unless you're a reader, because it's not a particularly interesting book. But the workbook that was created, you'll find it on the ACIM. There's basically a meditation that you do a different one every day. And it takes about just over 2 years to go through the whole book, which is longer than a tarot deck, surprisingly. But it gives you all of that personal power back just in the practicing of these meditations. It's really quite interesting.
Okay.
And by the time you get, and I keep saying this, but somewhere between lesson 25 and lesson 50, you will hate me, but you'll already be committed, because you'll get it even better than you get it now.
Okay. Thank you.
Love to you, my darling. You hang in there.
Okay.
And yeah, we hope to see you back here next week.
You will. I don't know how to
Alrighty.
get out of here.
All right. You have a great day.
You too, Tina.
All right. Love you.
Love you too.
All right. Who we got coming up next here? I got Debbie. Are you still waiting to come on deck, my darling? Or Debbie? I got Little Witchy One, who we skipped over because she wasn't here early. Have I got either one of you guys ready to come on? Do you want to come online, or shall I read for you in the chat? And everybody else who's still watching, put a note in the chat so I know you're still there. Palavita, I've got you here after Ashraf. So unless either one of these guys come up, I'm going to bring you on. Do you want me to bring you on live, Palavita, or do you want to stay in the chat, honey? All right. Okay. It looks like, I don't know what the delay might be. Do you want to come on live, Palavita Wari? You're going to stay in the chat. Beautiful. All right. Let's see what I can pull for you. Yeah, you wanted the message for you. The messages come from your angels and your spirit guide. They really come from yourself. Your personal internal power is key to your existence. Paige, I got the Princess of Coins coming out of here. This is the beginnings of physical. You were looking for work, were you not? Is this work? Something's about to end for you. Were you looking for work? What is this going on here? I got the Princess of Coins, followed by the King of Cups, followed by the Ten of Swords. So this is you. Did you get a job offer, honey? Did you get a job offer yet? Or are you still doing what I told you to do and trying to find that job that's looking for you? Because I got you right here. You're still looking. Are you actually actively doing what I told you to do? Writing a letter to the people. It's coming. It's coming at the Ten of Swords. This guy, whoever this guy is, has your job for you. And it's going to surprise the hell out of you. Look at this. If I could give you the look of shock on this girl's face. Dun, 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 dun. Hello. Is it going to come into? It's not going to come into focus for you. The look of shock when this hits you, darling, this is going to come. You just got to keep doing it. Keep planting the seeds. It is going to happen. And it's going to put an end to all of the fear, all of the anxieties. Ooh, King of Cups often comes up. This is a school principal. So that holds a whole heck of a lot of power for you, darling. Oh, and the Lover suggests a contract, and the Eight of Swords suggests that have you already spoken to anybody that's got a possible job that you can get? And my next question becomes, what is the possibility of you opening your own private school, like a daycare or a homeschool, and doing it that way? right? Have you thought about doing this on your own? I've got you moving, honey. I've got you moving. Have you considered moving, darling, in order to make your life easier, in order to find that job? I realize you'd given teaching. Well, there you go. Maybe it's teaching demos. Are you doing them you're doing them in person? Follow that thread, that teaching. There is a possibility. There's something. There's swords, so it's all about knowledge, right? Is it possible that you can make a living out of giving these teaching demos? You have a plan. No, but dude, what are you waiting for? Let's do this. I've got you. Look at this. All you got to do is find the place. Where are you going to open the school? Right? Open the school. And then everything starts for you. Everything's coming together. And then it's just a matter of trying to find the money everywhere and staying focused on what you're doing, what you're building, because look at this, it's all coming together, right? And you just got to put it together, my darling. These are great cards. You got to find this. So who's the we, you said? They see how one person teaches in the demo. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. So then you need to get that demo out to every school principal who could possibly need a teacher, whether you think that it's your husband is the we, yeah? And he's supportive of you, right? His task, should you choose to accept it, is to just be your muse and to be your support. And is he providing you that? Yeah. But you got to take your focus off of the fact that you don't currently have a job, but that you got to find this, whoever this King of Cups is. Yes, it represents your husband, but it also represents a principal out there somewhere. He's also a teacher. What about the school that he's at? Right? If there's not a job at the school that he's at, this is the two of you putting an end to, okay, let's stop looking and let's start creating. Let's put our own school together. Look at the happiness and joy that comes of this. You're going to make many, many families very, very happy, right? So instead of creating teaching demos to teach a principal what you're capable of teaching, you start putting together teaching demos to show individual parents. He's in a government school. I don't know how that works over there, but I could see you. This screams to me. There's got to be a village or a place near you. This is about finding the location. You've got to find a location. This screams to me. There you go, in his village, which means you have to physically move to be in his village. Yes? This is it. Put the efforts, the energy into it, and don't worry. This is key. Do not allow what everybody else is doing or thinking or planning to color what you guys are doing. You'll need a business plan. All right. You're not 100% on board quite yet, but look at this. The Eight of Swords is sitting here telling me that you are the only one holding yourself back. So you've got to make a business plan. Create this school, my darling. Create this. And that it is in partnership with your husband, carries a great deal of value when this 6 comes up. His village. Wow. Then all the more reason for you to get his village moving forward in education, right? Is there the ability to get the Queen of Cups, the ability for you? There's got to be a way for you to create it in such a way so that those villagers get the education that you need, and that you and your husband actually get fed, and your house, your roof over your head, because this is key. It's all good and well to want to be a teacher, but this is all about planting seeds and harvesting what sprouts, right? This is focus on the sprout, darling. Wow. All right. Any other questions for me, darling? But yeah, I would go after this. Is brilliant. I would definitely go after this idea of opening your own school. Actually put it together, a business plan, how you're going to do it, how you're going to live while you do it. You saw 2 girls in dreams. Wow. All right. So I don't know. Twin girls in dreams. Are you planning on having children? I don't do pregnancies, but twin girls in a dream. Yes, you are. Well, the 8 of Wands is coming up here. It means that you have to go after what it is. This could be, I'd bring it right back to creating the school. Somebody's got a pair of twins that need to be educated. Is that possible? And you have what they need. And all you need is a contract to put this together. This is, I got you moving, going after it. This is an 8. This is forward movement. This is going after what you want and what you need and doing it until it happens, right? I was telling you before, you've got to keep throwing out the darts to get to where you're going. You've been making videos and telling schools, okay, I'm the guy that you need to do the teaching here. Now change the focus. I would keep doing this just in case, but change your focus and write a business plan so that you've got that school where you want it. You've got the knowledge, you've got the education, you've got the skills, you've got the power. Now what you need is that contract. And this will put an end to all of that lack. Oh, you're praying that God will bless you with twin daughters. This strikes me as somebody else's twin daughters that you're dreaming about. But I'll tell you what, it's going to make the 2 of you very happy, whether it's their twins or your own twins. Is it possible that you're pregnant right now, honey? Devil's in the details. And then just stay focused on what you want, not what you don't have. Does that make sense? Is it possible that you're pregnant right now, Palavita Ware? No, ma'am, not yet. Well, here. Practice makes perfect. This says the only one stopping you from creating babies is you and your husband. So if you are serious about creating this family that you want to create, then I highly recommend that you find out when you are ovulating, track your time, track your temperature, and focus that. Have you both been tested to make sure that you're both capable of physically creating babies? I would start there and take the focus off of any negativity, anything that's coming up against you guys. Right? And if there's, right, because this would be the killer, this 3 of Swords coming out here. Knowledge is always going to put an end to certain things. The knowledge, the paper, the information is going to end things. So the second that you know that you're pregnant, you cease to be trying to get pregnant because now you're pregnant, right? In this case, the cards are suggesting that knowledge is power. I would take a look at, first off, I would start with the business plan for creating the school, figure out how you're going to create the school, figure out what building, what place, what location, how are you going to pay for it, all of those sorts of things, right? And don't worry about anybody else. That's on them. And certainly focus. If you really, really want these babies, focus it, target the boy sperms and the girl eggs. They gotta get together to make babies, and they gotta get together at the right time. And timing is everything, right? Knowledge is power so much here, but look at the 2 of you celebrating together. Look at this. Do you remember your wedding day? You have the land. Now you just need the building. So you got to build the building. Are you going to have outdoor classes? You could start with outdoor classes. You know, you live in a place where you are capable of doing all of the things that you guys want to do. The devil is in the details. and your requirement to stay keyed on things, like if you have in your mind that everything's got to happen a certain way, and it can't happen that way, then you're stuck because you want it to happen a different way. So it can't happen. Devil's in the details. I need you focused on, you have the land. We have the ability to put a school up there. The village needs a school. If you can get government finance, it's really hot. So you're going to need some sort of cover over you, possibly fans. I don't know. Give everybody in the class one of these. But you've got to be able to deal with it. You guys know how to use pashminas to cool yourself down in the middle of the day. You know how to live in this heat, right? So all you need is the minimum to begin, and then you're going. And then it becomes the only thing that you have to worry about are who are you most afraid of? Is it the government? Is it contrary people that would be contrary to you? Who would be the bad guys in this scenario for you? Who could stop you? Who would be the stumbling blocks? And once you know who your stumbling blocks are, they cease to be of any power. Do you get that? Your husband's family, and they're not on board, or they would be. So the trick is to get them on board, get them knowing and understanding, right? Perhaps your husband's family have the children that need to be educated. They are the obstacles. So your task is to find a way to get them on board so that they cease to be obstacles for you. Does that make sense? And dude, you are so sweet and lovely. You have the capable of bringing all of this to the table. You're a queen of cups here. You are all of that in a bag of chips. You have the education. You have the care, right? This just needs to happen, and you've got to create it, right? So you've got to do it one by one. Who is the least likely to cause you problems, and get them on board? And one by one, get all of those obstacles out of the way, and you're on your path forward. But this is, it all comes back to, once you know what you've got to do to do what you want it is to be done, just do it and keep doing it. And if it's not your husband's village, which seems off the top of my head to be the right way to go, because you've already got the land and the family connections, right? Maybe it's somewhere else, but you are going to be moving. And I don't know when, and I can't tell you when. All the devil is in the details. And here is the devil card here, right? Is your husband has a government chain around his neck, in that he is teaching for the government school. And that is a solidity and a comfort that's hard to walk away from. So that in and of itself could be part and parcel to the blockage that's keeping you from opening the school. So he has to be on board for taking advantage of his current situation to create the situation that you guys really, really want to have. What does it say about your children and your, well, I've got, timing is everything for the kids. You want to have children, you've got to do that. What is the question in reference to your business? This is about research. This is you have to really find out everything that you need to know in order to put the business together. Otherwise, there is no business. It's just a thought, is just air that is happening here. Does this make sense to you? And it's a 9 too. So all these thoughts that you're having about, maybe we should open our own school. You're both teachers. This makes sense. You have the land. You have the ability. You just got to put it together. So this is an exercise in personal education. In what are you going to find out? What are you going to need to know? What are you going to need to learn in order to make this happen? Can you just open a government school and get financing and funding from the government? What do you need to have in place? Perhaps that's the way. But this is all about getting inside, get into alignment with your situation, and find out everything that you know to make what you want to have happen. This is, do you need administrator courses that you don't currently have? Does your husband need administrator courses that you don't currently have? But this is a tunnel down which the two of you are going to walk together once you have this knowledge of which way you're going. Based on these cards, all of these cards, your two key questions that keep coming up have exactly the same answer. Get the answers to the questions you don't have the answers to. Is his sperm viable? Are your eggs viable? Are they capable? Find out when they're going to work best together and target your timing for getting them together. Maybe you have to go with in vitro. Maybe you don't. But you got to know what you don't know before you can plan around what you don't know. Same thing with the school. What do you need to know in order to hang a sign up on the front of the building, which doesn't exist yet? You have to build that. How are you going to build it? What do you need to know? Where can you get financing? Can you do it as a private school through maybe through a system like Montessori? Maybe they have funding for schools, or I don't know. But this is research. You've got to dig this out and you have to go find it. Does that make sense to you? I love these cards for you. There's nothing negative in here, honey. The only negativity I'm getting is what you put in your own head. You guys have such a bright future together. All you need is a plan and a pathway. All right? Find your pathway and you're on your way, you guys. I love this for you. My heavens. Great cards, darling. All right. All right. Ashley, how you doing? Good morning. All right. I have a Little Witchy One, Debbie G, and Ashraf Siddiq, who were looking for a reading. Are you guys still here? Because if, thank you, Palavati Wada. You, my darling, have a great week. Do some research and let me know how this works out for you. Ashley, did you want to come on live? I can read for you live if you like, or you can stay in the chat, up to you. And if I have skipped over anybody, speak now and we'll bring you up after Ashley. Ashley Snow. Ashley, can you check your YouTube corner and make sure that you are being broadcast, that you are actually watching live? And you'll be able to tell that it'll say live and it'll have the time tick in. All right. Do you want to come on live? Just click on that link that I just dropped into the chat and we'll bring you on live. Perfect. If you want to come on live and actually talk to me one-on-one, you can click on that link and I'll bring you into the chat. Or you can stay in the chat. How would you prefer I read for you? Da-da-da-da. And I don't know whether you've clicked on the link or not. Did you see the link? I can't bring you in. Do I have a way of, I wonder. No, I can only treat people in chat like bad people. I can't just present them and invite them directly. I just don't know how. I'm going to drop this link for you right here. Da-da-da-da. In there. If you click on that link, it's pretty easy. I understand it's trickier to do the first time, but once you do it, it happens every time quite easily. Click on that link and it'll bring you into my live and we'll bring you up on screen. You'll want a microphone. You do not need to have a camera. If you don't have a camera, just ignore it. You don't have to bring it on. If you don't want to be seen, you can leave the camera turned off. Otherwise, I can just read the cards for you in the chat. I've got Just over 15 minutes left here, you guys. We'll see what we can do. There we go. And here comes Ashley. All right, we're going to bring you on. There we go. Good morning, Ashley. Can you hear me, darling? You need a microphone.
Oh,
There you are.
okay. Hello.
Hi, how are
Hi.
you? Welcome. All right, I'm
Hi.
gonna put this. There you go. All right. Is this the first time I've read for you, Ashley?
I believe so.
Cool. All right. All right. Well, we shall see what I can learn for you out the cards, huh? Ooh, do you have a wedding planned in the near future that's happening? Is this your...
No.
Okay, so what are you trying to put together that ends in a celebration?
I don't know.
Is somebody near and dear to you getting married?
No.
All right. So the Two of Cups comes up here. This is the early connection of two energies coming together, and it's followed by a Three of Cups. So
I would say I'm in a terrible relationship right now, and and I
it's not comfortable.
no.
And you're actually wondering if he's stepping out on you.
No, I'm stepping out.
Oh, wow. There you go. All right. And your question to me is, does he know? Or does he care? What's the question?
I would say he probably has a hunch, but I don't know if he cares.
That's the issue. And if you were to turn around and say, you know what, this isn't working for me, I'm leaving, I'm out of here, we're done, he would be like a deer in the headlights and wouldn't have seen it coming.
Potentially.
Yeah, because does the word oblivious come to mind?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. So he is not all in on this relationship, right? You're not getting back from him what you need coming back to you from a relationship.
No.
Right. Okay. So as for this other, is this an actual somebody in particular that is giving you the completion that you are not getting in your current relationship? Or is this something that you're just sort of hoping will become bigger?
So I'd say the other person is a coward.
Okay. So you have the similar issue with both of them.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
All right. So I like to say with my cards are going to tell you this has nothing to do with them and everything to do with you. Okay.
Yep.
All right. And your ability to be whole and be complete. Do you practice law of attraction, darling?
I do.
You do. Well, you're really bad at it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay. So, and I'm going to tell you why, because you keep thinking, okay, well, I'm going to sit, I'm going to do my manifestations, I'm going to do my meditations, I'm going to do all this, and my life is going to change and everything's going to be lovely and wonderful, right?
No, not
What's that?
necessarily. I'm realistic at that point. Like I know that where my focus goes, that's exactly what I'm pulling into me, but it's like trying to refocus, and then I'm dealing with like years of trauma, and then being a mom of 3 and trying to deal with healing that.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, you're doing it the old-fashioned hard way. You don't need to do any of that.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody's going to tell you this. I will tell you right up that you don't need to do any of that. You only need to do one thing. You need to get into alignment with yourself and make yourself be the most important person in your entire existence. Nobody's ever told you that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And your pointy little head is going, that won't work. Yeah, it works. It works like you have no idea how well it works. Do you know how to tell the difference? Do you know how to tell when you're in alignment or not? No?
Kind of.
Kind of. Well,
Like,
we're going to concretize it for
yeah.
you. All right. Are you sitting somewhere nice and comfortable?
Yeah.
All right. So you're going to walk out of this. This is why they pay me the big bucks for my tarot readings. You're going to walk out of this with more power than you knew existed within you. I want you to get nice and comfortable in the chair. I want you to close your eyes, take a nice deep breath, and relax. I want you to feel the physical contact of your body with the chair. Feel the temperature of the air in the room. This is the exercise that gets you where you are when you are. All right. This is a physical concentration. This brings you right here. You with me?
Yes.
I just got chills. You're doing this really well. Now, I want you to think about the best thing that ever happened to you. And you don't have to tell the world what it is, but once you grasp on that memory, I want you to try and feel how you felt in that moment. And can you feel it? Even just a little bit.
Yep.
Okay. That is what you're looking for. I want you to take that. Here's your meditation. If you're going to do meditations, this is how you do a meditation. You're going to focus on that feeling that you felt when you were all that in a bag of chips, and nothing could have knocked you off that pedestal, because this was the best moment of your life. And you are going to make every pore in your body feel that memory. Can you feel it growing within you?
Yeah.
All right. When you can do that, you have to be in alignment with yourself to be able to do that. That is what you're looking for. That feeling that you are trying to feel here, you want your whole body to feel like that all day, every day.
Okay.
Okay. And so in order to do that every hour on the hour for the next 2 weeks, instead of doing all of the craziness that you've been doing to try and manifest your best life, right? You're going to be your best life by doing this exact exercise every hour on the hour for the next 2 weeks. And you will be stunned at how well this works. Because you don't need to do anything. You just need to be your best self. So I love how crazy.
I think a version of myself has been doing this.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that it's almost like because of the place that I am in, it's like I don't have the comfort to be able to do that, if that makes sense.
Yep, absolutely. Right.
Yeah.
Because now watch this. You'll notice how try and feel where those thoughts, I don't have the power to do this. I'm not in the position to do this. Feel where those thoughts are coming from. They're not coming from the same place as that positive emotion, are they?
No, they're coming from someone else.
Yeah. You feel the difference?
Yeah.
It's external. It's not you.
Yeah.
Right. This is all that positive feeling that you felt. That's you.
So for the last, I would say maybe month, maybe a little longer, I've been in, like, let's say, a state of bliss. Like, I've done a lot of work, like a lot of work. But I have come to a spot where I'm like, it's like you become so aware of everything that there's no, it's like numbness.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's 2 Ashleys living inside of you. There is the Ashley that is eternal and perfect and whole and complete. And she is not in charge. And then there is the Ashley who is living in your ego inception, who is afraid or shy or not sure, or any possible number of imperfect thoughts or ideas that could come into your head. Do you feel the difference between the 2 Ashleys?
Yes.
All right. So the trick is to tell the Ashley, who's the pointy headed Ashley, you or not bringing to the table what we need to bring to the table to be the best Ashley on the planet. So sit down and shut up. We're going with the positive feelings. Okay.
Okay.
And then what happens at a certain point that you've got to really practice doing the creation of the positive energies first, right? The second that a negative thought comes in, you have to acknowledge that, oh, that's a negative thought. I don't like
Yeah.
that thought, and get it out of there.
And I've been doing this for
Perfect.
like
So
years now. So
right. But you didn't have the alignment to begin with.
no, because
Right. Okay. So
there's just so much, right? Like, yeah, it's like I've literally had to get to a point where I'm like, I've literally been telling people like, no, this is what I need to do. Like,
Yeah.
and unapologetically at that point.
Perfect.
But then I'm still like, it's like I've reached a point where I'm like stuck, like if that makes sense.
Yes.
I'm like,
because this thing is not on board with this thing yet.
yeah.
You feel the positivity. You feel how it should be working, but it's not working.
Yeah, it's almost like you get to a point where it's like it is working, and then it's almost like, yeah, it's so hard to like explain. Like I'm like stuck between two worlds right now. Like,
yes, you are, but you are literally. And so rather than being stuck between the two worlds, you sit down, you have a meditation with yourself, and you go, Ashley, pointy little headed Ashley, we are not any of these horrible negative thoughts that you keep trying to put into our head. We are this wonderful, amazing, all that, a bag of chips, Ashley. And we cannot be this, all that, a bag of chips, amazing Ashley, unless you, pointy-headed, stinky thinking Ashley, gets on board. Because that Ashley is the meat suit. That is the Ashley that physically looks at you in the morning when you get dressed, right? And you put on your makeup or you do your hair and you get ready to go out and do your day. It's your physical meat suit that does all those actions, because you, the perfect you, has no power over the physicality. Right? So you need to get those two on board. And this is, you've heard of the night of the dark soul, and you got to go through, you got to peel the onion and get through all, you don't got to do any of that. All you got to do is convince your pointy little head to sit down, shut up, and be the best it can be. Because the two of you in alignment are so powerful and so amazing. Look at, and if you need to, you look at everything that you have done that was amazing, that was creative, that worked the way that you wanted it to work, and realize and convince yourself that when you did those amazing things and were successful, it was because you were in alignment, whether you knew it or not.
Yeah, I think that's where I think that's part of where I get stuck, because like I've been through so much, and like I have been successful in many areas of my life, but the success hasn't brought me anywhere, if that makes sense.
Yeah, right. Because this goes back to the initial ego inception. And when we have the initial ego inception, what happens? I got this from Eckhart Tolle, if you want to look it up. The ego inception happens at a moment somewhere between the age of birth and 7 years old. About the same. 7 is also when, if you haven't learned perfect pitch by 7, apparently you can never learn it. But during that toddler, young child phase, something occurs. For some people, it's a real trauma. It's a huge thing that happens. And for other people, it's something as simple as grandma saying, no, it's time to go to bed. In spite of you not wanting. And it's just enough trauma in the perfection of your very young life to snap it so that you cease to be whole and complete.
Yeah. And mine is from like my whole life.
Exactly.
Like I just wrote a book. The book it's written. It just needs to be edited. And that's where I'm stuck right now, is I need to edit the book. And it's like I just wrote the book and I went through all of that and I let go of it. Like I've like kind of let go of it, obviously, but it's like
it keeps
I have
coming
to go
back
to it now again and finish the book.
Right? But it's going to keep coming back until you get yourself on board and realize that the stinky thinking, that's you. Right? And the reason that you're having the stinky thinking is because the fear or the anxiety or whatever is coming up as a result of that initial ego inception. So when the situation occurs, you look at the situation, you go, what the hell does this mean about me? What am I making it mean about me? Because we choose who we are and what we are in every situation, all day, every day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right.
And like,
No.
I've got like, it's like you're wonderful and beautiful and I love you. And you're like preaching to the choir.
Yeah, but the choir is singing
like,
in different
I know all
tune.
of this. It's like,
Yeah,
I know all of this.
right.
It's like, but knowing it and like applying it are two different things.
No. See, this is, you hear what your pointy little head is saying to me? Yeah, but, well, yeah, you go live in your ego inception, little pointy headed Ashley, and don't pay attention to what you have just written a book about.
I know, right?
Right? This is, so I'm just going to shove you off a cliff and say, start living your own words. Go read your damn book.
I know. And
and this is your inability to sit down and edit the book is your pointy little head going, no, you're going to remind me of everything that I'm wrong about. Because we don't want to be seen. We don't want to be felt because we're living in our ego inception. Right. And at the same time, we want to be that. We want to be just us that we. So we got this internal battle going on. And the only way to fix it, and this is where the surrender part comes in. I'm preaching to the choir. You know all this shit.
Yeah, I do.
The surrender comes in your pointy little head going, yeah, you're right. All right. What can I do? Right. So what can you do? Right. And that is the key question. Is right. You already know this when you're on and everything's working, everything's going, and you are living in that feeling of anticipation of what's going to happen next. Everything's great. It's the second that something happens and knocks you out of alignment, and all of a sudden you're back in your pointy little head, and you might as well be 7 years old again.
It's like expectation. It's like you have that internal expectation, and like I'm aware of it, and I'm like I'm good at not staying there. Like I am, but it's like I said, it's like I've gotten so far and I'm like so aware now. Like I'm like numb. Like I look at people and I'm like, people are so fake. And
well, it's like me yesterday. I was in such a state yesterday. I like to call it. I wake up. I woke up fine, but at some point in the morning, I was just cranky, and I was cranky all day, and I had a miserable day over it. And I just said, okay, well, I'm going to just I'm a miserable day. But the key, the trick to the law of attraction is to actually be able to recognize when we are self-sabotaging and look at it and go, okay, we're finished with the self-sabotage. Let's get on board here. How do I get myself out of that negativity? And there's only one answer to every question, and that is to get into alignment.
Yeah.
And you already know this. And I heard yeah, you're right. I know. But it's not you that needs to know. It's you that needs to go, damn it, I'm on board. I don't like the negativity. I don't like the feeling bad. I want to live my best life. And the only way to live your best life is to actually be in alignment. And and as I said, it's a physical practice. Every hour on the hour, do that. And when great words, from Esther Hicks, who you've probably heard of. Yes, Esther, the great Queen Esther. I would love to meet this woman. Abraham I call Abraham melody. We all have an Abraham. That voice is in there. What's that?
Right.
Yeah, and we've all got our own Abraham. And Abraham says the same things to everybody, right? And anytime those negative thoughts come up, Abraham will tell you the reason those negative thoughts have come up is because you stepped away from us and decided that you weren't part of the consciousness stream anymore, and you're going to go it alone. Well, knock it off.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
And this is where you are. And so my best advice to you is to force yourself, whether you want to or not, to do, I don't know how many pages your book is, to force yourself every day at a certain time to sit down and go through that book as if somebody else wrote it. And you are just there to edit it. But do the alignment exercise every hour on the hour for the next 2 weeks, and your life is going to completely change. And there is that point at which your pointy headed self is going to go, oh my God, look, this horrible thing happened. What do I do? And your other self will go, we get into alignment, and it'll go, oh, great idea. Let's do that. And you'll go do an alignment exercise of some point just to make yourself feel better for that one moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do this. Like I already practiced this. It's just, yeah.
This is your wholeness. This is your completeness. This is your joy. This is your bliss. This is your everything. And you already know it. So go finish your book.
Yeah.
Right. Make it. Everything has to be a habit for the meat suit. Right. So this is the most important habit that you could implement upon yourself is the exercise. First thing in the morning. Esther did I've gone over time. Terrible. Esther did what she called an air conditioner. Do you have an air conditioner in your bedroom?
I have one where I have my coffee. So
okay. All right. So what you do is first thing in the morning. So she has one in her bedroom. So it worked, and it worked for me at the time. What you do is you sit down, bring your cup of coffee, because that's the best part of the morning, especially if it's a good cup of coffee, and sit down and focus on the existence of the air conditioner, the sound of the air conditioner while you're drinking your coffee. And until you are absolutely motivated to do something in alignment with yourself, you do nothing. All day, every day, you are going to sit and listen to that air conditioner until your alignment says, no, we got to go do this. Do you feel the difference already?
I've been doing this, right?
I know you're going to do this. I know.
No, I have been.
Yeah, but you haven't been doing it with the intention that I just gave you.
No, I've just been doing it more of just like, it's been, I think, so much exhaustion. Like I'm exhausted, right?
Yeah. Well, see,
so I think that's what this has been, is just me like literally resting myself.
Yeah.
And then now it's like what you say, it makes sense. Like I just need to like get myself where I need to be.
The key is when you're in alignment, none of it exhausts you. You could do it till the cows came home, and you like 3 days in a row with no sleep, and you'd still be functioning.
Yeah, I know. That's how I wrote the book in the first place.
Exactly.
It was just
go edit your book.
Yeah.
Do the practice that you haven't done, and get the pointy little head self on board, because it already knows. It's just still living in its ego inception. So it's not on board. Right. And you'll recognize it. There are going to be times, I don't care who the most aligned human being is on the planet, there will be a snap. There will be a break. And you're going to wake up and go, oh, pull me. And it could take a couple of seconds. It could take a couple of days. But there's going to be a point where yourself is going to remember who you are, where you are, when you are. And you're going to go, oh, God, I got to get into alignment. And then you pat yourself on the back for catching yourself. But as you've already noticed, the more you do it, the better it works.
Yeah.
So go edit. You have to edit that book. If you find that you are not doing the editing satisfactory and you can afford to throw money at it, hire somebody to edit the book for you. Or get a friend.
I've thought about this.
Right? Or give the book, make a couple of copies of the book and go, could you read this for me? Tell me what you think. Right?
Yeah.
You know, every single one of us has a friend who likes to read and reads everything that ever comes out of whatever libraries.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like, it's just a matter of going, you have created this amazing thing that is capable of healing so many people, right?
Yeah.
And you're keeping it hidden under a bush for some bizarre reason. You get it?
Yeah.
So burn the bush, hand the book out, even if you never end up actually getting to just the giving that book to somebody else. Read this, tell me what you think. I want your honest, most deepest, most honest feedback. Right? So don't give it to total strangers like that.
Yeah.
Right? Also, maybe if you know anybody that's in the publishing industry, go, hey, do you want to take a look at maybe a chapter of mine and tell me what you think of my book?
Yeah, I want to get it endorsed. Like I'm looking to send it to like a mental health or like child psychologist or something to get it endorsed.
There you go.
So I guess I can go that route as well.
That's how you do it. You go, look, I'm looking for somebody that can endorse my book. It doesn't have to be you, but could you look at it and maybe help me figure out who might be the right person to endorse it? And come at it creatively, and but you'll find the path. You just getting into alignment will give you all the answers, all of the time, all of the space, none of the procrastination, none of the, oh, what if it's not good enough? Right?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest fear, is like, because that's what I've dealt with, right? Is just simply not being enough.
That's right.
It's like finding that you are enough without any apologies.
No, I don't want you to just be enough. I want you to be all that a bag of chips.
Yeah.
We are not here to be enough. We are here to be all of that a bag of chips, you know? And just being enough. Get your pointy-headed self on board, because where would you be if this had already been published and been sold and now you're on a reading book tour?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, this is when you're in alignment like this and you're capable of discussing the possibilities and the probabilities and the whatever, and the negativity doesn't come into play. That's when you do the plotting and the planning. But if you are in any kind of negative, this is where the air conditioner comes in. If you are in any kind of negative state whatsoever, then put your focus on the damned air conditioner, because nothing that you do is going to be any good unless you're in alignment. So you might as well give your power over to the air conditioner.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I got that from Esther, so she's right.
Yeah.
But she got it from Abraham, so he's right, which means that Abraham
We're all right.
Yeah, I call it the we all for good reason. Oh my gosh. I am so glad. I look forward to seeing your book, Ashley, for real.
Thank you. Thank you.
I got to ditch you though. I am 11 minutes over, and I never go over.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Oh no, do not ever apologize. You brought so much love and light into this reading this morning. I got to tell you, I am over because you needed to hear what just got said there. And somebody else at some point is going to see those words, and they're going to hear it themselves, and it's going to change them. So thank you for giving me that.
I appreciate you.
All right. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks.
I'm going to throw you out now. And hopefully we're here. I'm here every Tuesday between 9 and noon, unless something happens. So, follow along, subscribe, whatever that does. And they'll email you when I go live. But keep me posted. I'm looking forward to hearing how this book ends up. And when you get to publishing, I know a couple of people in the spiritual publishing world I could maybe introduce you to.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful.
Right, but get that edit. Got to get that editing done. That's
Thank you.
key.
Yes, I do. You're right.
There you go. I'm one for shoving you off a cliff too. So go do the work. This is going to come together. You've done all the work. You've done all the hard work. Now this is the easy part, is getting yourself on board, and think of, if you need to, think of all the people that you are going to help and heal with that book.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a great day. All righty. Thank you all, everybody, for coming in here. Sorry for going so late overtime on you today. I'll try not to do that again next week. Back here next Tuesday at 9 a.m. till 12, reading these tarot cards, working with you, get into alignment. It's the best thing you can do. And if you get this, do it all day, every day, because living in your ego inception makes life really, really crappy when your life could be so freaking amazing. And good luck to you. Have a great week, and we'll see you back here again next week, same time, same place, and be well.